are some things.
All right, welcome Some Things podcast listeners, episode 26. Today on this episode, we are going to be talking about mashed potatoes, what's current in Hollywood, and also how much we hate Houston. All right, today I'm joined with my hosts,
Mr. Luke Byther
and
Mr. John.
Woo! This is going to be a powerful episode, guys. And that seemed to ring out a lot longer than I thought.
No, because you talked faster.
I did?
I don't know.
I don't think I did.
You sounded like a chipmunk.
Maybe I came into. I thought you gave me the you gave me the finger, Luke. You were like, oh, yeah. So I came in right.
Wait, which finger?
Middle. Oh.
The pointer finger.
I mean, you could really point with any finger.
The pointer finger.
He just gave me like a wizard thing.
You mean
like,
the index finger?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I pointed at him with my thumb.
why do they call it the index?
Cause I don't know. I don't know explanation for that.
That's what you point at indexes with.
Yeah. Gosh, man, it was so. I'm kind of tired, man. I was telling you guys before the podcast. I ended up getting woken up at 6:30 because my wife's phone wanted to act stupid for some reason.
Woken up or waking up?
Waken. Let's go waken.
Waked.
You were woke.
Wakeded.
He was waked.
But yeah, apparently I think the leap year threw off her phone and it thought it was Friday, so her alarm went off and it was just like nightmare because I was trying to sleep in and recover because this week has been it's not like it's been long with overtime, but I'm just like I was still kind of worn out and tired. Got home late last night, so I was just like I want to sleep in.
New thing. Blame everything on the leap year.
Blame everything. Oh yeah, we're recording on leap year. So this episode, listeners, is only going to come once every 4 years.
Hey.
Yeah. We're special.
Wow. Except it won't be uploaded until March 2nd at the earliest.
It's true.
It's okay. We can still put leap somewhere in the title. We'll figure something out. But yeah, so other than that, though, I mean, despite me waking up early, I did get up and manage to get myself get a little quick workout in. Again, John, I want to honestly, I did want to apologize to you. I was asking you last Sunday if you were at church. I know you had to leave for other reasons, but I don't want to apologize to your face because it hit me a couple weeks ago. We were at youth group and we're sitting there talking. I'm giving you all the rundowns of like what happened in the leader meeting. And then I'm realizing I'm eating fast food in front of the guy who's on a fast food fast right now, on top of the fact that me and him are both trying to like lose weight, like me for other reasons, him for his wedding. And it's just like, I'm sorry. I just have to apologize to you publicly. But yeah, so I'm going to be more on top of you, giggity. And we're going to get this thing going. But other than that,
so now that you've apologized to John's face, would you like to apologize to the rest of John?
It's so funny.
Your joke is bad and you should feel bad.
Everybody at home is laughing, right?
Who says they're at their home?
Huh?
Who says they're at their home? Maybe they're in their car.
True. I'd be listening to this in my office.
Yeah.
Home is a very general thing that just means not here.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel like it's not, though.
It is in this case.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because I just said it was.
Just because you say it's so doesn't mean it's so.
I invented a new definition. You should be proud of me.
Hey,
it's a terrible invention.
His mic is number 1, so he gets to make it so.
It's true. I'm on mic number 1.
His mic is number 1 because it happens to be farthest to the left.
Yay. Well, anyway, back to what I was saying. I worked out this morning, and I made myself a nice, healthy, protein shake. Or, well, Sarah did. She made me a nice, healthy protein shake. So, yeah, it was very delicious.
Wow.
Did you guys do anything for breakfast?
I made myself a couple of Eggo waffles.
Eggo.
Put some peanut butter on there, and throw in some chocolate chips to make it fancy.
Did they ever do, like, a combination thing where it was like, they always have the catchphrase, Lego my Eggo. Did they ever make Lego Eggos?
I believe they did.
Okay, they can stack them, right?
But I could be wrong.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that's like one of those things that's right there. Like same with how we'll talk about this later, but Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the fast food chain, like they should have partnered up for that movie. You would think it would just be right there at the palm of their hands, but anyway. How about you, John? Do you have anything for breakfast?
I woke up at 9:15, showered, was out of my house by like 9:35. I went to the bank and then I came here. So no.
No breakfast.
No breakfast.
Came here to the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, well then. I guess me and Luke are the only ones starting out.
I usually don't eat breakfast. Like throughout the week,
No, I get that.
I never eat breakfast. Weekends, I'll only make breakfast if like someone makes a big breakfast.
Yeah, because that's the same thing with me. Is like I always prefer sleeping over eating. So just like I'd rather sleep in the extra hour instead of getting myself up early to eat.
Yeah.
That's why I always want a fast breakfast.
Oh, yeah?
So I go for the Pop-Tarts.
Poppy Tarts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, I tried some new Pop-Tarts this week.
New.
Yeah.
What'd you try?
They were Hostess cupcake Pop-Tarts. So they had
What
the little
the
white
crap?
swirly thing going up the
sounds
middle.
good.
It
Ooh.
was good. I have to say, it's not quite my favorite, but it's up there. I mean, it's like top 5 for sure.
So, and you toasted them, right?
No.
No, you didn't toast them.
No, I just left them in my truck at Cal State Fullerton.
So that toasted them.
Well, no, because I'm in a parking structure. It's only like
okay.
70
It's
degrees.
also
in
winter still.
Yeah, well, there have been a couple hot days, like mid low
there. Anyway,
80s.
I just left them in there. So, like, every morning I would get to school early and then go to sleep until class, wake up,
Right.
open up myself a pack of Pop-Tarts, walk to class. It was pretty great.
The flavor sounds delicious. In my head, I'm thinking that would taste really good, just kind of warm and like the melty cream on the inside. Like that would be really delicious. But
It probably would be.
but
Unfortunately, I don't have a toaster in my truck.
Do you guys toast your Pop-Tarts often? I've literally never done
That's
that.
what I was going to say.
Literally never?
Literally
what
never.
the heck is wrong with you?
I have never toasted a
How
Pop-Tart.
hard is
Wow.
it to toast a Pop-Tart?
Well, okay. Like I said off air, I don't really like Pop-Tarts that much. Like to me they're overrated.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
boy.
like saying I've literally never been swimming because I'm not that big of a fan of
I
water.
haven't. I'm just kidding.
I was like, whoa, you've gone to the beach every other weekend. Come on.
It's like whether or not you like it, it's so easy to try it. It's such an accessible thing. Pop-Tarts are everywhere.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not like okay. you can't have toast because it's literally not toast. You're just putting butter on a piece of bread. That's not toast. You have to toast it. However, a Pop-Tart already comes like edible as what it is. You could just eat the Pop-Tart out of the package. Why toast it?
Yeah, I will say, like, again, there's only a select few that I actually go through the process of toasting, and I do eat most of them just out of the packet. But, I mean, again, when there's ones that are, like, specifically you need to heat this up to make it taste better, yeah, I'm not going to just eat those straight out of the packet. Or even the, like, what is it? They have the hot fudge sundae ones. Instead of actually putting those in the toaster, I put those in the freezer. It tastes really good.
Those are good, yeah.
Yeah.
Put them
It's like
in
a
the
little,
freezer.
little sweet treat.
See, I'd freeze those before I'd ever toast them. Like
Yeah.
any Pop-Tart.
It just blows me away because it's such an easy thing to do. Like,
I know, but it's
click,
also an easy
pop.
thing not to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't toast my Pop-Tarts.
Well, then
98%
what's the
of the
problem?
time. But to say you've never, ever toasted a Pop-Tart.
I have never in my life, in my 24 and almost 25 years
Good
of
Lord,
life,
you're only
I've never
25?
toasted a Pop-Tart.
Man,
Dylan, you're like 30, right?
I'm about to be 28 in March, yeah.
Wow.
You're acting like that's so much older.
So
Calm
much
down.
older.
You're
There's
the
a whole
same age as
generational
Mike
gap.
Trout, I believe.
Don't rub it in. It's one of those sad facts of my life. It's just like I sit there and think of like, okay, Deshaun Watson, Mike Trout, all these guys who are starters and just freaking like MVP caliber type players and major league sports. And here I am doing nothing.
Hey, that's not true. You're pretty good at Pokemon Go.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
You started up a podcast.
Yeah, what the
It
heck?
is currently ranked number 1 on Spotify among podcasts of the Some Things title.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I guarantee you if Mike Trout wanted to start a podcast, his would instantly go number 1.
No, I think we could beat Mike Trout in a podcast.
Oh, gosh.
So what's the best Pop-Tart? We got way off topic there.
Well, since John doesn't like Pop-Tarts, I'll start off.
Okay.
I am a big fan of the chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts. Those are my favorite.
Chocolatey fudge.
Those little white sprinkles on there. It's a texture thing as well as like an eye appealing thing. What's the word for that?
Visually pleasing?
Visually pleasing.
Yeah, visual. I think that's what you were looking for.
That word.
Aesthetically pleasing.
That too.
Hey.
Yeah, graphic designer. Yeah. Yeah, I think
John is not a graphic designer.
No, I'm not.
I thought you do graphic design.
John
don't you?
draws
Isn't that what
buildings.
your wife does?
She does, but I thought you do as well.
No, he
No.
draws buildings.
Where have you been, dude?
Oh, you're a graphic architecture.
I thought we were friends.
Is that why you wanted him to design the Some Things podcast logo?
He offered.
I can draw decently.
See?
I'm not a graphic designer, but I can draw decently.
I've designed more graphics than John has.
Okay,
You've scribbled some words
Yeah, you
and put
scribbled
colors
some-
on it. All right. Gosh.
And they're posted all over this wall. We need to get more
They still-
photo
Yeah,
tape.
I was
there's
thinking about that
4
the other
walls
day,
in
yeah.
here.
Anyway,
You know what? Your drawings kind of look like Pop-Tart.
well,
I mean, like you
They
you
kind
think-
of do.
I'm
Yeah,
a big
like-
fan.
So Dylan, favorite
subconscious.
best Pop-Tart.
For me, I think it would be how I mentioned the hot fudge sundae, putting that in a freezer, or even the wild berry Pop-Tarts where they were like purple and blue. Like I think that's a super nostalgia factor for me because I remember when those came out as a kid, I was like, that's what it was all about. Like more so than blueberry, strawberry, anything else. Those are the ones that I was aiming for, and they were just so good.
Mine would be the cookies and cream one.
Ooh, solid choice.
It's fire.
It's not bad.
I like cookies and cream anything. Just
If
about.
you like the
Yeah.
cookies and cream Pop-Tarts, you would probably like the cupcake ones.
Yeah, I would imagine
Because
they
the,
would.
Yeah, it's like basically the same thing.
crust is pretty similar.
Now,
Yeah.
worst Pop-Tarts ever. Let me tell you.
Anything that's great value Walmart brand.
No. Even like Pop-Tart brand. Like
Oh boy.
the A&W flavored orange cream or the
Ew.
root
Yeah,
beer.
I never tried
Those
those. but I
are
know they're the
horrendous.
worst. Yeah.
Like I don't like Pop-Tarts, so I'm surprised like whoever it was got me to try them. They are an abomination to
I didn't-
Pop-Tarts.
Dude, I already hate orange creamsicle. I didn't even know that was a thing.
They're horrible.
Ugh. God. What? Okay, I'm being informed there's a green apple Jolly Rancher Pop-Tart.
Oh, I seen that one. Yeah, they're so
Ugh.
weird.
There's some big swings and misses
There's
out
some
there.
gnarly
for sure.
flavors.
This is like you need to hit the batter with the pitch. Like,
I think the more important question is what should be a flavor
should be.
that's not already.
Top ramen.
Oh,
You ever
salty and beefy inside of.
you ever see-
little artificial shrimp chunks in there.
They have like I don't know if it's like joke memes or whatever, but they post up like pictures of like weird off-brand flavored Oreos, and I think Top Ramen was one of them, so that's why it came in my head. But
Oh my
again,
goodness.
I don't really want a Top Ramen Pop-Tart. Please, nobody listening to this podcast try to get that posted
I have two at the top of my list.
Go
that
for
you
it.
would want.
Yeah, that these should be like. Why
Okay.
the heck are they not? One maple.
Yeah,
Why
oh,
is
like a maple
ma-
donut?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a maple donut.
Yeah.
Why is that not a flavor? And then two, caramel.
Caramel would be good.
Why are neither of these flavors?
I think
Caramel apple would be good. Like green
No,
apple.
no. You don't need to throw the apple
He's like
in there.
he does not
You
like
don't need to
fruit.
do that.
I don't
Oh,
know.
no. They could have a caramel and then a caramel apple. Does that make you happy?
I guess. Yeah.
How would
I
you-
just want the caramel.
How would you put? You just put the caramel inside the Pop-Tart, not the drizzle
I mean, it's
icing.
all artificial anyway. I mean, like you just need to get the flavor of caramel in there.
Okay.
Who cares where it's at?
Well, because I'm just thinking, like, if you want a caramel Pop-Tart, like, if you put the icing on it, like how, again, with, like, the wild berry, they have that, like, streak going around it or, like,
Yeah,
weird
they
pattern.
could
like,
even make
we
it
don't,
like
we
a
don't
s-
want to have that jamming up the toaster is what I'm getting at.
Right. They could even make it like a salted caramel flavor. You know,
That'd be good.
A Pop-Tart can be ever so slightly salty, and it would be okay.
I think one good flavor that could be Pop-Tart is same along the lines of the hot fudge sundae, a Neapolitan. Or do you guys not care? No, but okay, I'm alone on that one.
Not a fan of Neapolitan anything.
That's
Man.
kind of weird, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll try it, but I don't have high hopes for it.
Okay, how about this one? Another one I was thinking of while you guys were talking. Banana cream pie.
Oh
Yeah, that'd
Or
be good.
any kind of cream pie, even chocolate cream pie.
Okay. chocolate
No,
cream
no,
pie.
not chocolate
Not
cream.
That's
Banana.
so weird that
No,
you guys
leave the
flip on that.
chocolate.
You like banana, he wants the
Who
chocolate.
the heck opens up a package of Pop-Tarts and is like, I wish this tasted like a banana? Like nobody.
They have strawberry and blueberry.
Who opens up a pack of Pop-Tarts and is like, I wish this tasted like Neapolitan?
They
Have you-
have,
hold on, hear me out. Hear
they
me
have,
out.
they already have fruity flavors. What's
That's
the
fine.
big deal about banana?
Hear me out. What do you think of like strawberry flavored Laffy Taffies? Like forget that it's
Fire.
Laffy Taffies, but they're good, right?
Yeah.
Grape, also good.
They have a grape Laffy Taffy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird. I
and
never
they have
see
a
those.
green apple.
Yeah.
one.
Green
Green
apple,
yeah,
pretty
fine.
good. Banana.
I like the banana one.
No, those are garbage.
Okay,
Come
hold on.
That-
They're I feel like they don't belong in that Laffy Taffy family of flavors because
Just like they don't belong in the Pop-Tart
no,
family.
because they're just like
Look,
too-
you're not putting
they taste creamy, whereas the other ones just taste sweet.
You're not
and
going to put
delicious.
taffy inside a Pop-Tart and expect that to be a success. I get
Dude,
what you're
wait a
saying.
minute.
because-
That's not what we're saying.
Hold
at
on,
all.
taffy
This
and a
went
Pop Tart.
right
That's a
over
good
your
idea.
head. Huh?
Look,
Taffy and a Pop Tart.
I
That's
get
a
what
good
Luke's,
idea.
look. I get what Luke's talking about because again, those
Caramel
I get
saltwater taffy.
the artificial banana flavor on a Laffy Taffy is horrendous. It's disgusting. I don't want that in a Pop Tart. But I'm saying that there are other candies out there that have encompassed the banana flavor without tasting like garbage.
Like Jolly Ranchers.
They
No,
make a
they
banana
never
flavor?
tried it. They never tried it because
because
why the heck would you turn banana into a candy?
it's possible. All right,
It's
you're just a hater.
unthinkable.
Okay, hold on. What if it was like a banana split flavored Pop Tart with the chocolate, the vanilla ice cream, the nuts?
That's the best scenario for a banana flavored Pop Tart, but it still shouldn't happen.
Or you
It's
never
just-
had like a frozen banana with the chocolate frozen on it?
I don't like bananas. I hate bananas
Why do you hate bananas?
Oh man,
because they're
Cave.
gross.
Gosh, man. All right, well, how about this? How about they put a Krispy Kreme donut inside a Pop Tart?
How?
I think you guys are misunderstanding what a Pop Tart flavor is. You guys are like, let's put this inside a Pop Tart.
Look, I get what it is. I'm just saying, I want the flavor of a chocolate cream pie or banana cream pie or Neapolitan. Again, they're already making
You're the
ice cream.
kind of guy who makes a like chocolate milk, and you're like, you just put a Hershey bar in there. You're like,
No,
put chocolate
I have
in the
never
milk.
done that.
That's like this. That's the equivalent of what you're saying.
It's not. People understand that. I just want the flavor of the Pop-Tart to be the flavor I want. That's all I'm saying. That's what we're talking about right now.
You have to acknowledge that it's going to be artificial. It's going to not be exactly what you're looking for.
It's gonna be tasty. Like
Just like
every
the
other
hot
thing.
fudge sundae doesn't really taste like a hot fudge sundae.
There's no melted hot fudge on it. I get that, but again, it still tastes delicious.
It tastes delicious. Not quite like a hot fudge sundae, but it tastes delicious.
Yeah, it's not going to be the exact equivalent. It's not going to be a 1-1 ratio, but it'll still be up there as far as a quick, convenient snack. What? I don't.
Deal. Yeah.
What was the big deal about that?
Because you were like, how are you going to cram that into a Pop-Tart?
I'm not sitting there like, okay, I'm gonna surgically open up a Pop-Tart and shove a piece of pie in it. Like, that's not what I'm thinking in my head.
That's what you said with the Krispy Kreme donut.
That's literally what you said.
Okay, metaphorically, Krispy Kreme donut inside a Pop-Tart.
We were going to
Good
metaphorically
lord.
do surgery on a Pop-Tart and implant a Krispy Kreme donut.
He's gonna cut the donut in ever so slightly thin layers, like lunch meat, and just shove it in the Pop-Tart.
Lunch meat flavored Pop-Tarts.
But don't worry, listeners, it's all a metaphor.
Stuff full of bologna flavored Pop-Tarts.
So, speaking of breakfast
man.
foods, in general, what is your favorite breakfast food?
Am I talking like full meal or just like side dish? Because
Okay,
I know we covered the
let's-
biscuits and gravy thing.
Let
Like,
us
that's my
exclude. We will exclude oatmeal, cereal, and Pop Tarts.
okay. I guess
So more of like cooked breakfast food.
I'm a fan of eggs.
Okay, like what? How do you like your eggs cooked?
I don't know. There's like a variety of ways you can do it. If I'm just eating the eggs, scrambled. If I'm putting it on something, then I'm more inclined to do maybe an over easy or a sloppy version of an over easy. Like you know,
already
like
broken.
where you put the egg in and like the yolk is still intact, and you just take the spatula and break the
slap it.
and break
Who
it,
does that?
dude.
Apparently he does.
Have you ever had like a McDonald's McMuffin, egg McMuffin?
Yeah,
There's no yolk on it, but it's not scrambled.
it's true.
It's like
I-
halfway in
Well, I thought
between.
there is a yolk on
I
it. It just-
usually get those without the egg.
It's not. Yeah, but it's mixed into the rest of it. It's not like just a yolk sitting
No,
there.
like no, it is a
No, it's
yolk sitting
not.
there. What are you talking about?
Dude, you're wrong.
Dude, have you ever seen an egg McMuffin?
Yes.
They do have the yellow circle in it.
Pause. It depends on what type of egg you order at McDonald's. They have both versions of what you're talking about.
I know if you order an egg white, then yeah, they'll take the yolk out.
Well,
But
no. Like
That's not what I'm talking about.
The weird like perfect circle egg.
Yeah.
That like I've ordered it before where it does have the yolk intact where you can poke it and it's
well, no,
juicy.
I'm not saying
but-
it's intact. I'm just saying it's there.
Okay.
He's saying it's not there at all.
No,
But
that's not
no.
what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is they broke it, so it's kind of mixed into the
Yeah.
rest of it.
It's not mixed in though. It's just
I've seen it both ways. It depends on whoever's making them back there.
Okay, because again, I've never seen it mixed into where it's like one big kind of again like if it's a scrambled egg type thing. I always see it.
no.
It's got a white perimeter and then a yellow yolk on the inside. It's not. It
Anyway.
is already popped, but it's still there. It's
My
not
point
mixed
is
in.
my point is like you just kind of poke it the yolk a little bit so
Poke the yolk.
it kind of mixes into the white just a little bit.
I hear you.
So you still get it's almost like a caramelization color of like caramelization. That's not the word. Marbling. There we go. Marbling of yellow and white mixed together, and then you could put that on top of like a piece of chicken or something, you know. Mm-hmm. But
Who's eating chicken with their eggs?
dude, if you make a sandwich, take like a chicken patty and put a fried egg
Yeah,
on
I
top
guess.
of that.
It's like when they make the fried egg burgers
Yeah,
at like
yes.
Denny's or whatever.
Very much like that.
I get that. Now, what about starches? So like potatoes, tortillas, toast,
I'll go with hash browns.
hash browns. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm going starch,
What type of hash browns though?
What?
Yeah, are you talking
Like
like
McDonald's
like
Jack in the
McDonald's
Box
Jack in
type?
the Box hash browns,
Or
or
it's
like
like a-
where you literally shred the potato?
Oh,
and
like
fry it
actual
up?
hash browns.
So like
Actual hash
shredded
browns.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Alright.
and what I like to do with that, I talked about different eggs for different occasions. In this case, I would get just like a very lightly over easy egg where the yolk is still pretty runny, and then just put that on top, separate it, open it up so that the hash browns soak up the yolk. I'm not a big fan of yolk unless it can be soaked up by something else, whether it's rice or hash browns, something like that.
I can get that. Because I usually typically, you're talking about your egg scrambled. I like them over easy so that way the yolk does get into like either my toast or whatever else. But I don't like, I've eaten hash browns. They're okay. They're not my favorite. I think for me, my starch would have to be like a biscuit or toast, like you were saying, John.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. How about you?
You are much less passionate about this than Luke is.
Once I got his whole technique down, whatever else.
It's not. You guys were like challenging me on my beliefs, and I had to defend them.
Yeah, and I had to defend mine for honor.
Now, you guys know I'm a simple man, right?
Yes.
I just like straight up scrambled eggs. Like
Okay.
maybe salt and pepper at the most on them. No, I hate when people put ketchup on eggs. Drives me nuts. But
We got to fight.
yeah, we will fight.
Dude, no. You put ketchup on your eggs, Dylan?
Yes. And I'm not the only one.
You know what's
We are
worse?
gonna fight.
Ketchup wise, I was informed yesterday that this person that we all mutually know puts ketchup on their taquitos.
Okay,
They're
that
white, right?
Yes.
that I don't agree with.
I'm not going to drop names on the podcast to be nice, but I'll tell y'all after.
Okay.
But yeah, that's nonsense. Okay, and back to breakfast.
Yes.
Do they listen to the podcast?
We'll find out.
I know their sibling does. I don't know if they do.
We'll get an angry
Sibling,
mention.
what is wrong with them? Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so scrambled eggs, right?
Okay.
My starch would be toast, just like white toast or wheat. Usually white though.
You
And-
ever go sourdough?
Yeah, occasionally.
Okay,
Yeah.
very
But
delicious.
so but what I'll do is I'll put the eggs in my toast and make a little toast taco.
Nice.
And if I have bacon or whatever else, but mainly I'm happy with just the eggs in the toast.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Okay.
I really don't like over easy or is that the only
The
time?
yolky?
Yeah, the yolky eggs. I really don't like those. The only time I will eat that is when I make hole in the bread. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes. Well, I call it eggs in a basket.
Yeah.
But it's
No.
I think I know it. It's where you literally take the hole out of the middle of the bread.
Yeah, you take
and
a
then
cup.
plop the egg in there so the yolk is right on that hole.
Right, and
Yes.
you just cook it in the pan. It's fire.
It's
I
straight
always put
delicious.
some butter on the bread before I throw it in there.
Now, when you make that, do you ever coat it or not coat it, but do you ever use like maple syrup on it? Like a
I am not a fan of syrup.
no. Oh man.
Of course you're not.
No. No, listen.
We're finding out some weird breakfast habits about us all here.
Listen, syrup to me is okay on pancakes or waffles, but I
Okay.
don't think it belongs on eggs. Like to me, it tastes
That's
weird.
good, yeah.
For me, it tastes weird.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going with
Yeah,
that.
I can understand that.
Like the only thing that's the exception would be French toast because the eggs
Yes.
kind of just baked into it, or
right. Yeah.
fried onto it, so it doesn't feel like I'm eating eggs at that
Yeah.
point.
You're still eating bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Man. Okay. So I was talking about Krispy Kreme earlier, or putting putting donuts
Great
into
segue.
Pop-Tarts. Yeah. Okay. So the other day I was out in Ontario, and it was a couple weeks back. I was getting some donuts. I was gonna pick one up for Sarah because she was already at the house, and I'm standing in line. And you guys know how they have that huge open conveyor line, correct? Like just that glass window where you get to see like all the donuts just
Oh,
go
yeah,
through
yeah.
and get coated. There was this one donut that during the conveyor process they have that spot where it gets like deep fried in the oil, and then like the little metal things will kind of flip the donut over so that way both halves get cooked. Apparently this one donut didn't get flipped. It just somehow managed to slide, and so the top just looked all deformed and decrepit, and it's just like uncooked batter. And so like I noticed this out of the corner of my eye, and I start looking at it, and apparently it catches everyone's attention. And I'm talking like the line is probably from like, again, right where the front door was, like all the way to the front, at the registers, and people are staring at this thing like, oh my gosh, like you just start hearing everyone start chattering and mumbling like, you see that donut? See that donut? It didn't get flipped over. It didn't get cooked. And everyone's just like, I wonder if someone's gonna get it. I wonder if like that guy, oh look, he's right there. He's picking out some of the he missed it. Oh my gosh, he didn't see the donut. And like, so everyone's just like cheering this donut on as it's slowly going through to get coated in the icing that makes its way around the corner and like actually gets through the whole line. And people are just like, yeah, like just silently cheering with their groups of friends and family. I'm just like, it is too late. It's like 10 o'clock at night. People are cheering for an uncooked donut. Like
That's
what?
the most like fat American thing I've
Dude,
ever heard.
just like, what is going on?
It's like the American version of the Ugly Duckling.
I know. I'm in a version of the Twilight Zone. People
There
just-
once was this donut.
Dude, and it was like everyone. Dude, I'm not even joking. They're talking about it, cheering it on, like taking photos, like look, it's gonna make. Like I was like, what the crap? It's a donut.
Did anybody buy it?
Yeah, what the
No,
heck?
and well, okay, that's the thing. It's like it went through the conveyor line, and then like it, because the way it works, it's like it has again, it gets deep fried, coated in icing, and then kind of wraps around the corner, and they'll like pick, they'll get their quick dozen, put it in a box, and have it ready to go when they have the hot fresh donut sign on. But like it went back under the conveyor line, so I don't know if anyone saw it at that point, because like I had already started to check out, so I was getting my donuts processed, whatever. That sounds weird. I was getting my donuts, and then I was about to leave, so I don't know what happened to the donut. Actually, it went underneath, like there's this little like cave system that was like wrapped around the other side of the conveyor belt.
Cave system.
Whatever it was.
Hey Dylan, I'll wrap your donuts. I'll process your donuts.
Oh, sounds delicious.
It's gonna cost you though.
Oh yeah, how much?
Some donut holes.
Yeah, I'll trade you some donut holes for donuts.
That's pretty inexpensive.
fair
I think I
deal.
could, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man. Okay. So this next topic on our list, I don't really have a transition for. I'm just
So
gonna.
speaking of donut holes, donut balls, if you'd rather, let's talk about pets and glitter balls. How's that?
All right. Yeah. There's the transition. John got it.
I thought you were gonna be like, some pets don't have balls.
See,
That would have been a better one.
that
Should have jumped in with that, man.
But I mean, how do you go from just talking about a donut to some pets don't have balls? Like some pets do.
Exactly like we just did it.
Oh, whatever. Well, anyway, for those of you listening to the podcast still at
We're
this point,
normal.
apparently there's a trend going around that you can get your pets. I would hope they'd be male dogs, but they're getting their balls dipped in glitter. No joke.
Dude, that was a closer transition
That was closer, yeah.
than you ever would have imagined.
I thought glitter balls was going to be like a dog toy or something.
No, people are dipping their their dog's balls in glitter.
Why?
I don't know. It's just so horrendous. It's like, because, I know I've seen, dogs out in the public and everything, and, certain ones, they hang pretty low. I mean, if you're just out and it's just like, oh, God,
Low,
yeah, it's
sweet.
awful. And then, again, when I saw the article scrolling through my Facebook feed, I'm just like, who is looking at their dog's behind, let alone their ball sack? Sorry. They're looking at that and thinking, what would make that look cool? Let me just bedazzle it.
No, this is what happened. This was a rich white neighborhood at the
gosh.
park that's gated. And this person's walking around with their dog with the big floppy balls. And
I mean, they are. I mean, we got to acknowledge that.
some middle-aged woman named Karen was taking a stroll through the park.
Freaking Karen.
And she sees these dangly balls, and she's like, this is an abomination. She's like, if they're just going to swing like that, they need to at least look presentable. And she started her own glitter ball dog business.
Oh, my gosh. What's the name of the business?
Glitter glands.
Ugh.
Tinkling testes.
There we go. Or twinkling.
testes.
Luke's face palming right now. He's done with the ghosts.
This story is fact. It is not fiction.
Yeah, no, this is really happening. I'd say go Google it, but at the same time, you probably don't want to Google it.
Best case scenario,
Yeah.
you get a dog.
Oh, gosh.
My real question is this something like a DIY thing people are doing at home? Or is there a business they go to and they're like, yo, I want that glitter package for my dog's
I don't
balls?
know what I'm hoping for here.
Part of me's hoping it would have to be a DIY thing, because I can't imagine walking up to a stranger and being like, yo, you see these dog balls? Dip them in glitter. Just who does that? How do you ask somebody with
You
a
go
straight
in there-
face?
How do you advertise
You
it?
go in there and it's like a nail salon, right? So they got your basic paint job.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just glitter glue from Target. And then the next package up is the glitter glue with a few bedazzles and a shiny coat to go over it. It just gets worse from there.
Gosh, man.
I've got this whole business. Dude, we should start a business.
No, I don't want to start this business. Ugh.
I've got it down.
Okay, so aside from dipped glitter balls, because of that story, it made me think, if there had to be one part of you that was going to get dipped in glitter for the rest of your life, what would it be? And you can't just say pinky or pinky toe. It's got to be a whole hand, a whole foot. What would you have dipped in glitter for the rest of your life?
You pose a very intriguing question, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather our listeners think about something kind of fun and creative as opposed to balls.
My teeth. I could have a grill.
Okay, and for the sake of this discussion, let's say that he doesn't taste the glitter, or
Yeah.
it's just his teeth just look that way. So
Oh.
it wouldn't rub off on anything. It's just your skin is what it is.
That's a very different story. I want glitter hands.
You do want glitter hands,
Yeah.
all fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine jazz hands times
I was
glitter?
just thinking that.
Jazz hands.
I was about to say.
Oh,
Be like,
man.
Broadway!
Do that one more time.
Broadway!
Oh my gosh.
It would be
What about
fabulous.
what about
You guys didn't see what Luke just did, but it was hilarious.
what about you, Dylan? What would you have
Oh
dipped in
man.
glitter?
Okay, I think I might get a forearm, like a forearm dip, because in that way it would look kind of cool, almost like a sleeve tattoo.
Then it would be manly.
And it would just kind of be reflecting, and like people wouldn't think too much of it. It would just kind of be there. But yeah,
Now, does it necessarily have to be like a full-on dip, or could you get like a specific shape?
Well, I would just get like I said, so not the hand, not it would pretty much stop at the elbow, but like the whole forearm between like base of your hand to elbow is what I would get dipped.
What color?
Well, just like rainbow. Yeah, so just like kind of as like the sun, it would like twink. Gosh, man.
That one was John. That's why it didn't sound so beautiful.
It didn't sound as good as his.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, so I think that's where I would go. So, listeners, comment on any of our pages, Instagram,
I'm just saying,
Twitter.
Can you imagine me
Facebook?
playing bass with glitter hands?
It would look fabulous. I'm not gonna lie.
Fabulous.
So okay, so what you asked me? What color? What color would you guys get? What would your hands be? One solid color, or would you get kind of a rainbow pattern like I would?
I think my grill would be like every other tooth is gold and every other tooth is silver.
Nice.
I'm going straight up gold.
Just straight gold.
Yeah.
Straight gold.
It's like these hands straight fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, or all black glitter. Then it looks like I have no teeth. I look like a baby or an old person.
You look like Batman from Batman Begins.
Yeah, yeah.
Like where he sprays the guy with the stuff, the gas.
You know what I want to see? Like, just, okay, because you made me think about this. It would be so hilarious to see, like, one spoof comedy movie where they're, like, you know, setting up, like, action heroes and stuff, and so they're spoofing Batman, and when he's getting his costume design and he wants to make his mask all, you know, dark and black, like, he's wearing the mask and just closes his eyes to spray paint, but then forgets to close his mouth and just, like, because that's the kind of stupidity you see in a spoof movie.
Dude, that would be tough. Like, you'd be spitting out, like, the spray paint after that.
Oh man, it's okay. Speaking of spitting, okay, do you guys do this when you're in the bathroom? Like, because okay, there will be times where I'm in there. I know we're going back to bathroom stories, folks. So I hope you enjoy this part.
Hope you're enjoying this random section, all about fatty breakfast foods and
dog balls,
body
and
parts.
spitting.
grossness.
Okay, but
We're
so
not done yet either.
Oh no, not at all. I'm in the bathroom, right, and I think I was in the stall at the time, but you can like see people go up to the urinal or whatever. And then what always grosses me out is when you have somebody like hawk a loogie, like as they're peeing into the urinal. Like, does that not gross you out, or do you do that? Like, because I feel like I don't want to risk anything happening in that moment. Like
Spitting on your...
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just like, I hear people do that. I'm just like, you're confident, man. Like,
You got some bad aim then.
I was just like it's not that I would have bad aim, but it's just like I still just don't want to risk it because, you know, God forbid it's like I haven't shaved or something, and then the spit catches my beard and it just drips down. Like, I just like I don't want to do that. I just save it, go to the sink, spit out there. But like I'm not gonna spit over myself while I'm peeing. Like, it just seems like it's too risky.
Well, I'll tell you, I do it.
Gross.
It depends though on the urinal. If it is one that I can flush, so it's the loogie's not sitting there for someone else to clean,
Okay.
I will do it. If it is one of those that you don't flush, that kind of just like...
So out of courtesy,
I won't do it in certain cases.
how about you, Luke? Do you spit over yourself?
I don't get loogies very often.
Well,
To be honest, like
just not even like
almost
from
never.
sickness.
almost.
Nothing.
Well, if I do, I'm not lucky enough to be able to spit it out.
Well,
It ends up in my
at a
nose or
urinal.
something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty gross because it's just like, I mean, of all the things it's like to do over there, I'm like, I mean, then, yeah, no, I don't want to spit over myself when I'm doing that. But you know, since we're still in the bathroom and we're, you know, talking about different kind of potty humor, apparently another trend that's been going on is people are sticking frozen potatoes in their anuses.
So that's what potato anus was for on our list?
That's what potato anus is for.
I thought it was just like a weirdly shaped...
Yeah, so, no. So apparently, what's been going on? There's a trend. I don't know if it's here in the States or just somewhere else in one of the other countries, but people are sticking frozen potatoes in their anus because they're trying to cure hemorrhoids. They think it's a home remedy of some sort to do that.
So
and,
it
like,
has to be frozen.
Right.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't, and like doctors are having to like literally make statements like, people, stop trying this. There are other ways to get rid of hemorrhoids if you want to, like, a somewhat of a home remedy. Like, there are things you can do, like, you know, again, one, don't be sitting for so long, to, you know, just like they go through a whole list of things, but it's like, you know, if you have bad hemorrhoids, obviously go see your doctor, but do not stick a frozen potato up your butt. Like,
What if they do it as French fries? It's a little less dangerous, no?
how do you, I mean, I guess
I would
call
argue
French
it's
fries.
not.
Because that's the thing.
A French fry will for sure break off.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, if it's frozen. It's
See,
fine.
I was even thinking the fact that it's frozen. Like, I mean, one, break off like Luke said, but two, since it's frozen and it's kind of got corners. I mean, it could be a little jagged.
Sand it down.
What?
It'll make it more of a rod.
Sand it down. Oh gosh.
I'm not.
People.
I'm not condoning this behavior. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do something stupid, at least be smart about it.
People,
gosh.
go to your doctor.
Yeah, use their potatoes. They're medically.
Medical
They're
potatoes.
medically approved.
Quit trying to invent your own home remedies. I guarantee you, someone has put way more thought into this than you have, and they've developed a much better cure for whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, they use
Yes.
carrots. Oh no, they use sweet potatoes.
Not so sweet after they get used.
They're probably still sweet.
I'm
Just
not
a little
eating
more
them.
dirty.
If you gotta wash them off and try making mashed potatoes, go for it. I'm
That's
not
not
doing
what I'm saying.
Mashed potatoes are already gross.
Oh, you stop.
You can
Stop
that
yourself.
Nonsense.
And now the origin of the potatoes is being called into question,
Origin.
or the backstory at least.
The backside
That's where
story.
potatoes come
Backstory.
from.
Ugh, God. No,
Yeah.
they don't.
No, yeah. When you
From
eat,
anuses?
when you eat mashed potatoes, a little seed grows inside of you.
No.
And just like one chicken lays an egg, you lay a potato.
No. Those are
And
only,
it cures your hemorrhoids at the same time.
that's only watermelons, all right?
I
Get it
like
right.
how you're getting enthusiastic about this thing you're making up on the spot.
Well, it's like how I made up the dog balls story.
Made up.
Yeah. No, not that.
Oh,
not
the
that.
Karen one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
the Karen.
Someone's
Business
like,
owner.
Like, you didn't make that up. That's a real thing. I wish it wasn't, but it is.
What's
Oh,
worse?
man.
What's worse, potato anus or dog glitter balls?
I mean, for me personally, I'm not going to do that to my dog, so...
The potato or the glitter ball?
The glitter balls. I'm not shoving a potato in my dog's anus.
How would you choose which dog to do that to? Don't you have multiple dogs?
I have two, but one, the male is neutered, and the female doesn't have balls. What am I going to do?
Wait, so it would just be glitter bag then for the neutered one.
There's nothing there. Oh, gosh.
This is out of hand.
The lesser of two evils is I'm not taking a frozen potato up the anus. Is what I'm choosing. If my dog did have
fair.
balls and it was between the two, I'd rather give him glitter balls than putting a potato in my
Is
anus.
this making anybody crave French fries?
Speaking of, that was my next segue, dude.
What?
Into our next thing. Speaking of potatoes,
He's hungry for. Never
I
mind.
want some French fries. You know why?
Oh yeah,
Today we are recording this on Saturday, February 29th, by the way.
leap year.
My fast food fast from that stupid life spinny game is over as of today.
Woo!
Tomorrow I get to
Wait.
eat fast food.
Over as of today.
Well, like today's the last day, sorry.
okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, but clap.
Hey,
Clap,
Carl's
clap.
Jr. for lunch. John, you can stay here.
Well, no, we don't know what his idea is.
Actually, that's part of it. Tomorrow.
Ooh,
Now, my fiance did this whole no fast food thing for the month with me. I don't know
Aw.
why. She's crazy.
solidarity. She loves
Yeah,
it.
I think it's silly. I probably would have eaten fast
that the
food, to
right
be
word?
honest.
Yeah, solidarity.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Are we all in solidarity on that? Is that not how you use that?
That kind of fits.
Your solidarity is not quite accurate.
Let's just say we're all on the same page.
That makes more sense to me.
All right, I love you, John.
So, she, in solidarity, did the no fast food thing with me.
Okay.
And she really wants Carl's Jr. I really want Taco Bell. But she also really wants Taco Bell, so it kind of works both ways.
Okay.
So, what we're going to do is tomorrow afternoon when she gets home from her retreat. Why?
Because we needed something happy and pleasing on the podcast.
It's a turtle
Anyway.
with a heart-shaped strawberry hanging out of its mouth.
It's so cute.
All right, sorry, John. Continue.
That's what I want for Valentine's Day, guys.
His name is Melvin.
Next year.
Next year.
Melvin's a good name for a turtle.
It is.
All right. So,
My turtle was named Jeffrey.
Dahmer.
No, just Jeffrey. Anyway, geez.
Sorry.
So tomorrow we're gonna go get her a double Western bacon from
Oh,
Carl's
gosh.
Jr. That's her favorite sandwich there.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love the chicken stars.
Very delish.
And then we're gonna go to Taco Bell. And the way we order our bean and cheese burritos over there,
Okay.
I discovered this when I was a child. I say, hey, let me get a bean and cheese burrito, no sauce, no onion, but could you add nacho cheese?
Ooh, that's delicious.
It's fire. Then We haven't decided on a third place, but I'm going to
Okay.
add a third place in. She doesn't know that. I'm not sure where, though. I don't know if I want, like, a double cheeseburger from In-N-Out or something. But I don't know. I'm definitely adding a third place.
Well, so if you've covered because or so for the double Western bacon, are you guys splitting that, or is she just
No,
eating that?
she's just eating that. I'm
Okay,
getting
so-
the chicken stars.
Okay, yeah. So you got chicken covered, you got Mexican covered. Well, quote Mexican.
Quote Mexican.
yeah, but
Luke's idea of Mexican.
yeah, pretty much. All right, so let's see.
I know what Mexican food is, but
So yeah, I guess burgers would be the other option for you.
Yeah. So I don't know where, though.
Taco Bell is my favorite.
Yeah. You know what this fool said, listeners, a long time ago? He said Taco Bell is his favorite Mexican place. That's nonsense. That's like, no.
What's better?
Anywhere else.
Any
Name
authentic
one.
Mexican Zapatas, Sonora,
I don't even know.
Loco
what that is.
Burrito. Freaking Jose's. And even that's
Alberto.
like
No,
borderline.
come on.
Alberto's,
Jose's is not better than
Armando's.
Taco Bell.
Jose's is more authentic than Taco Bell,
It's
and
more
even then it's
authentic, but it's
very
not better.
Americanized.
It's authentic. It's more authentic, but it's not better. You're gonna honestly tell me you would
I
pick
feel like-
Jose's over Taco Bell?
Well, no, to me they're two different places. I guess that
For
wasn't a
quality?
fair comparison. All right, no, I'll give you that one.
I even
Who
like
cares about quality?
I even
Just
liked Acapulco
bestness.
when it was still here.
Oh, I missed that place.
Yeah, dude.
Chevy's is good.
I feel like we've given you more than a long list of Mexican restaurants that are
And
here.
none
in
of
Nova.
them-
Find
better than Taco
one.
Bell.
No,
You
find
are
one
ridiculous.
person that agrees with you in our listener base or like of the people we know.
It's gonna be another white person, I bet.
Hey, if Taco Bell is your favorite Mexican food, let me know and we'll go out and get some Taco Bell together.
All right,
I'll
Luke's
go
buying.
too, but I will judge you.
You just want Taco
It's like
Bell.
we like Taco Bell.
Yeah, I just want Taco
we don't
Bell.
hate Taco Bell. We just know that there's more better
It's
Mexican.
not Taco Bell, it's Taco Bell.
What did he say?
He said Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
It's like the whole early man thing.
What?
I don't know Taco Bell.
Early
So
man.
did he emphasize the
Early
wrong part
man.
of Taco Bell?
Yes.
Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, it's Taco Bell.
I'm pretty sure it's Taco Bell.
Actually, it probably should be Taco Bell.
I don't understand the problem here.
He's nitpicking everything I do.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. My life. He's nitpicking it. He's like, "Why'd you marry my sister instead of me?" Ugh. He's always complaining about that one.
Well,
So yeah, so
Still never
listeners,
got
if
an
you didn't
answer.
know, I have fulfilled at the end of this day my challenge. Dylan has fulfilled his. He buzzed his head.
And I did post it up on Facebook. I don't know if
You
Luke
did.
got it up on Instagram yet.
There was a
'Cause
lot of
there was-
videos.
Wait, what'd you say?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay, yeah. There was error though when apparently because I told Luke in the message I'm like, okay, here I'm gonna send these in the order that you should post them, and apparently it all got jumbled up. I don't know how or why it just did. So I told him like
Probably sent them too fast. All the videos were still loading.
Oh, that's true.
that could have been it. Okay. Well, either way, I told him to check out the Facebook page, and that way he'll know the order.
I'll
But,
probably post like half of them at this point.
yeah, it'll still be fun.
So now, coming up in March, what was the date again, Luke?
14th.
Oh,
I
we're
believe.
hoping for the 14th.
Now, on March 14th, like we said, Luke is going to be handcuffed to his brother for 12 hours. I have gotten permission from Luke to choose which handcuffs. Now, on Amazon, they have your standard, like, police handcuffs, right? They got a black pair. They've got a pink pair. They've got a furry pair with different colored furs. And my favorite, they have heart-shaped handcuffs.
Tee.
I
Now,
don't even know how that works.
I'm
listeners,
trying to figure out.
I want you to shoot us a tweet or comment on an Instagram picture or on a Facebook post of ours, and you tell us, what would you like to see Luke handcuffed to his brother with? What type of handcuffs? Because I am at a loss. There's just so many different options on Amazon.
Yeah,
I
At
love
us.
Amazon. Amazon sponsor us.
Yeah, so you can either like Luke said, add us either on Instagram, Twitter. I'll put up a survey on Facebook. We'll see what we can get going.
All right.
It'll be great. All right.
And then we will be done with these silly challenges.
Yep. All
That
before
ruin my
I like-
whole month of February.
All before-
I
the
like
first
this.
quarter of the year.
The heart behind yours, John, was to be healthier. And you finally made it. You're like, I'm going to go to 3 different fast food places on Sunday.
No, it happens, man. You just get that craving.
I don't think that's true because I remember, wasn't my other option like I have to cook a meal for my
Yeah.
family or something? I've do that already. I've
Yeah,
done
so-
it before, so it's
Yeah,
not
but that was a different. There was a different heart behind that one.
No, I think I just
Because
felt like
Luke got to spend more time with his family. What was the heart behind his? The
no,
other
for me, I just felt like that's not a challenge. So I had no choice but to pick the fast food one because that's a challenge to me.
See, it would have been a challenge for me because it was not just a meal; it was a 5-course meal, and that would have been a huge challenge for me.
What are the 5 courses?
We'll see. So you start out with
Apps.
Yeah, an app's like a salad.
Apps not a salad. Salad's its own thing, isn't it?
What? No, they can be part
It'd
of
be
it.
like appetizers, then super salad.
Yeah, so like mini snackies, salad, main entree, 2 desserts?
Post main entree.
Drinks.
I don't know if the drinks count.
I don't know.
Either way,
That's weird. I'm gonna Google what.
I think it would have been more of a challenge than you're giving it credit for.
I don't know, man.
And the heart behind that one was learn to do something new. And in this case, cook a 5-course meal.
Well, that's the heart of it, though.
Yeah.
It's like he wouldn't be learning anything new. He's done that.
He's never cooked a 5-course meal.
He is a 5-course meal.
A 5-course meal can include a soup, an appetizer, a salad, a
See?
main course, and a dessert.
There it is.
A 6-course meal would usually include an amuse-bouche. I don't know what that is.
Bless you.
A soup, an appetizer, a salad, a main course, and a dessert. What is an amuse-bouche?
See, you would have learned something new if you would have chosen
No,
that
that's a
one.
6-course
That's a 6-course meal, so he wouldn't have.
You didn't even know what a 5-course meal was.
Soup, salad,
was
and breadsticks.
You were close, but you didn't get it. Anyway,
An amuse-bouche is a single bite-sized hors d'oeuvre.
that
Hors d'oeuvre? Hors d'oeuvre?
Oh, is that how you say
Hors
that?
d'oeuvre.
I've never read that word before. I've only ever said it.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, I've never read that word before.
You
in my
uncultured swine.
life. Have you guys ever read that word before? Like,
Yes.
What?
I've
When?
never said that word before.
There's actually been some rappers that have mentioned hors d'oeuvres, like in their lyrics.
Okay, that's fine. But like I'm saying, like on paper, have you read that word?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I've either looked up lyrics, I've read in a
That's
book,
fair.
like I have, yeah.
Dude, I've never read that before. I don't even feel stupid.
It does look like Horus Devours, though, like just to get the apostrophes and stuff.
Just whores devour.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Okay, let's do this again. An amuse-bouche is a single bite-sized hors d'oeuvre. Amuse-bouches are different from appetizers in that they are not ordered from a menu by patrons, but are served for free
Just
and
given.
according to the chef's selection.
Okay.
So, like, the chef is like, I got this new thing.
Yeah,
We got
pretty
this
much.
toe fungus here. Let me serve this to him.
I don't care. I'm definitely calling it hors d'oeuvre from now on.
It's hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvre.
All right. Well, I think all that nonsense being said, it's time
quite
for us.
entertaining.
Yeah. And it's time for us to transition to said entertainment portion of the podcast. Ba-da-bum-bump. All right. So it's been.
You ruined it.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Move
Daddy.
on.
Will you forgive me, Daddy?
It's Papa.
Forgive me, Papa.
Pappy.
Ew, Pappy.
Pappy.
Peepaw.
Peepaw. Yeah, no, that's the one from Office. I was gonna make that joke.
Peepaw, pop who. Poopy.
Peepee-teep-ta. Pumbaa. All right.
Peepoo.
So
We just sound like robots. Beep-oo. Beep-bop.
So we're about to go into one of my favorite months for movies. That being March, not just because it's my birthday, but there usually tends to be a lot of good movies coming out before like summer blockbusters start hitting. Come like early summer, like May, June-ish. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers for the I Still Believe movie. It's supposed to be like based on the real life story of Jeremy Camp. Have you heard about it? Seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
They're getting that guy, what's his name? From Riverdale?
Yeah. See, that's.
It's Dale.
First name River, last name Dale. But okay, that's actually my big complaint about this movie. Like, because don't get me wrong, I love seeing good blockbuster Christian movies. I liked Courageous. I liked seeing I Can Only Imagine. That was also based off of the guy who sings for Bart Miller. Bart Miller. Yeah, I was like, why am I spacing Millard? Whatever.
It's a
It's
mallard.
like Mallard, but Millard.
Millard Light. All right. So, based off his life, I really liked seeing that movie. However, my big complaint with this one is they got that guy from Riverdale, and I think only an attempt to sell more tickets because that guy sounds nothing like Jeremy Camp. He sounds like he's barely hitting puberty, and I'm just like, I don't get how. At least with I can
It's
only
not his voice. And if it is, it's only a piece that they
It's-
took into the studio and turned it into.
either if it's not his voice, they should have still got someone who could actually at least sound like Jeremy Camp because they did that with
or
I can
just play Jeremy Camp's recordings.
like yeah, it's just like if that's
lip sync.
exactly if that's what they were gonna do, like they wanted to sell tickets, like okay, fine, I can get that, but the guy sounds nothing like him when they're trying to sing. So it's like whether he is actually singing or they're having someone like dub over the voice for those specific parts, it's like I just can't take it seriously, man. It's like at least with I Can Only Imagine they got someone who somewhat sounded like Bart Millard, but like here I'm just like I can't get focused on it because then now that's all I'm thinking of is this guy sounds nothing like Jeremy Camp, and his story is inspirational. It is great. I just can't. I can't with that guy.
As much as I'm embarrassed to admit this, I do watch Riverdale.
What is it?
I don't
Like a
think I've
high
ever
school
seen
show?
it, to be honest.
What is it about?
It's okay. So you know, like the Archie comics.
Yes,
It's that, but they took it and made it a dramatic TV show.
dramatic. I thought.
Very dramatic. I mean, it has nothing to do with the comics really, except for all the characters.
Okay.
So they just took all the characters and like, well, let's imagine they're in high school and they're solving murders.
Okay.
So it's like
So-
the mystery team.
It's like Buffy the Vampire
Yeah.
Slayer.
I did not intend to get involved in this TV show, but when you have a girlfriend, that kind of happens, and now I'm stuck. You know?
You have a girlfriend?
I had a girlfriend.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
how he got into the show, Dylan.
Yeah, so like I'm.
At least you got one good thing out of that relationship.
Boom, roast.
It's not Riverdale. Anyway, it's kind of dramatic garbage, but at this point I have to keep watching. So anyway,
you're too invested in it.
He's hooked.
yeah, my point is every scene that guy is supposed to be singing in River. Yes, they sing in Riverdale.
It's a musical.
It's not a musical. They just every now and then they
He's
have an
adorable.
episode that is a musical.
That's
For
horrible.
no reason. Anyway,
I wish The Office did that.
and it's terrible when he sings. He's this character that's supposed to be like a songwriter, so he plays guitar and sings like.
Oh, so he's the douche.
Yeah, he's the douche.
He's the
high
douche
schooler,
on
sits
campus.
by the tree with his guitar.
Oh, ladies, I'm so
He knows
deep
like
in-
3 chords.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Halfway there?
Yes,
Okay.
he knows like
6
3
chords.
chords and thinks he's a musician, but he's not a douche. Anyway,
He's like, don't you dare talk crap about Riverdale.
I'm talking crap about Riverdale.
That's true.
Look, my point is, it's the cringiest thing every time
Oh, man.
a character from that show has to sing, including him. And like, because it's so studioed up, and you can tell it's like there's maybe a nugget of realness in
Real
there.
voice.
They had him sing it in a studio, and they took it, and they're like, well, it doesn't sound very good, so let's fix it.
Yeah, we're going to mess with all the dials on this one.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they did in this movie.
Oh, man.
And I hate the studio sound when they do that. I'm just like, there's nothing real about it anymore.
Yeah, I just again, it's something again. I mean, I know we sing, oh, well, John, I don't know if you really sing a lot much.
I do, just not on the worship teams like you
Okay,
guys.
well, but again, we're all somewhat musically inclined, so it's like, yeah, we can appreciate or
Somewhat.
not appreciate when something like this happens. Like, so that's why again, I want to be excited for this movie. I'll probably still end up seeing it at some point because I know my mom might want to see it because she really loves seeing Christian movies, but it's just like I'm not really all in there for it.
Here's my reservations about it. Now, they did a good job with I Can Only Imagine. Like,
Yes.
everyone
Still haven't
loved
seen
that movie.
I
It's
loved
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't like everyone always told me it's good. You got to see it, and when people tell me that, I refuse to go see it. Like, I'll
That's why
see
you
it
usually
another
ask me for my opinion.
time. Yeah, but I did see it, and it was actually really good. Like, I think one of the best Christian movies I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Like, in the last, I don't know, like 5 years or so. It was pretty good. But my thing is when, especially with Christian movies, I've noticed that pattern. When they find something that people really love, they will remake that movie 1,000,000 times over until it's just beat into the ground. And I feel like this is the start of that by making another "this is how this musical person became famous" story.
Okay, yeah. So
That's why I'm like, okay, you guys got to stop. Like, I Can Only Imagine was great. Why can't you just leave it at that? Why you got to beat a dead horse or beat a horse to death for that matter? It's
yes.
still alive.
So I kind of got that same vibe too. It was just like, again, the same kind of plot. It's like, here's big stage, big name singer, backstory, super sad. And like, again, I'm not trying to undermine, again, Jeremy Camp has a really powerful testimony. So, if you ever have a chance, listen to his music, read his books, whatever. But yeah, so it's just like, I get what you're saying though. It's like the type of storytelling is, again,
Yeah.
like,
I'm not knocking the testimony. I'm knocking the reason they're making
the
these
fact
films.
that the Christian media organization groups are like being like, oh, that's what's selling right now. Let's keep
Yeah,
doing
like,
it
let's
over and
do
over.
it.
Because I know they did.
What's wrong with that?
Well,
It's just repetitive, man. It's like the
They
Avenger
got to
films.
make money somehow.
okay.
Come up with something else.
I guess. I
come
mean,
up with
like,
unique movies.
here's the problem. Like, Christians are allowed to do, like, they'll work various different kinds of jobs all to make money, and then all of a sudden they come together and try to make a movie to make money and provide a living for themselves, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, all they're doing is giving people what they're looking for. Like, you can't get mad at them for trying to make money in this area. It's just like any other job.
No, it's my same problem with superhero and Avenger movies. They're all the same at the end of the day.
Who cares? They make money.
I know, but it's like, show me something different.
See, the problem is most people aren't thinking that yet.
I know, it's frustrating.
Okay, why
That's
can't
not the movie maker's fault. It's the fans' fault.
I mean, they could just make something else, and the people will probably like it too.
Look, they didn't.
They're
need
just
to-
not giving them options.
I don't know, man.
Look,
There's been a lot of box office flops lately.
They could have taken the money that they were going to use, or that they did use for God's Not Dead 2 and 3, and made something original.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't watched 2 and 3 because I felt like number 1 sufficed. Like
It was good
It
enough.
was a great movie. Like, how could you make a sequel to that?
Yeah, it just again, it's like it just gets a little too cheese, too overplayed after a while. Like again, and I know they again, Luke, I can understand what you're saying is like again, they're trying to reach the demand that's there. People like hearing these testimonies, and again, they are powerful testimonies, and that's why I'm saying like I wouldn't mind it so much. But again, my like it's a little bit of a complaint, but for like them using the same kind of like product or same kind of story arc. But for me, again, it's the more so the complaint is the actor that got to play Jeremy Camp,
The singing.
yeah, the singing that should have been, a focal point for a singing testimony or, singing testimonial. But yeah, it's just like I want them to do something more unique. Like, because I've seen movies that have been straight to DVD that were actually kind of good. There's one called, I think it was like The Remaining, and it was actually like a Christian horror story because it was basically like people who are still left on Earth after the rapture, and like whether you post trib, future. It's a whole
I've
deep
seen
thing.
a movie like that before.
Yeah, so it's like again, like I feel like the Christian movie industry needs to really branch out more to like start doing stuff that's either like make a comedy movie, make a because again it's always deep dramas, and like again they're good. Like I said, I like Courageous. I've seen Fireproof, other ones like that. But it's like, okay, can we get something more original? That's not.
What I want to see is Bible stories being acted out, not like that movie Noah with the rock people.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I know we talked about.
We have to talk about that one someday.
Yeah, okay. So you know what? We should set up a double movie day where we can discuss this because in addition to Noah like not being a biblically accurate movie, big blockbuster story thing, there's also the one that came out. I think it was around the same time as I Can Only Imagine, and it was Samson. There was the one.
I didn't see it.
Dude, we
but I
need to do
remember that
3
coming out.
because we got Noah, we got Samson, and we also have Gods of Egypt.
Oh gosh, man.
Dude.
Yeah, that was the one with like Moses and Christian Bale.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Oh
So
man, we got to do all 3 of
We
those in
do.
one day.
do it, and we
We
just
need
make
to
that
set up a day for that.
We'll make that a bonus episode. It should be like just a biblical biblical movie podcast where we just deep dive into those and discuss like just what was bad.
I
'Cause,
will say though that Noah movie with the rock people, I love that movie. It was so
I-
cool. It's just not accurate at all.
I'm kind of there with you, and we'll talk about this in greater detail later. But I was like,
Yeah.
as long as you separate it from the actual story
Yeah.
of Noah and the Ark, if you see it as its own story, it's not too bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of rock people, do you guys think The Rock's overplayed in Hollywood?
Dude, that was a great transition.
I think
Don't even
Until
think
you
of
ruined
that.
it.
I know I did.
I know we keep calling it out like after it's just try to all right, let's smooth
All right.
and
Okay,
but
I'll-
anyway,
Wow.
yeah. So people, I'm starting to see a lot of complaints because I know The Rock. I saw an article saying that he is actually being looked at for Sonic 2 to come back in the sequel and everything. And people in the comment section are. I think there's a turning point right now. From people in our position who actually go to movies and pay top dollar to go see these things opening weekend. They're all starting to get a little fatigued over The Rock because he's in the Fast and Furious franchises. He's in Jumanji. He's going to be in Sonic. I want to say he's going to be in the DC universe as well. Like he's everywhere in Hollywood right now. What do you guys think personally? Do you think it's just too much, or do you fault him for that? Do you fault the studios? Like, what do you think if he's overplayed or not,
Oh, do you think it was
or
gonna say something?
overcasted? I should say.
I think okay. I think they overcast him in the sense of they put him in a lot of roles now that like aren't like what he used to be. Like he used to just be always like the big buff guy who's scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like in Jumanji, and you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I don't like it. Like I like it, but I don't like it. I don't know. I'm not as opposed to it as you are. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm not even. I was just wondering what you guys were, because like again, that's just the feedback I'm seeing on different articles when they say like, oh, The Rock's in this, The Rock's in that. Like people are starting to get tired of it. I wasn't necessarily saying I'm there because I do still like him. And I can understand what you're saying is because he did used to do, again like he just those mean, lean fight machine kind of movies where he's just destroying everybody. But then I also liked him in drama movies where he did a Gridiron Gang. That was the one based
that was
off
a good movie,
the juvenile system football team. Like that one was really good. But yeah, so it's like I can kind of see like again right now he is getting casted in a lot of things, but again I'm kind of in the game. Wow, the field of I don't think it's necessarily his fault. I think it's just studios know that when they cast The Rock, he's a big name attraction because people keep going to see his movies and they keep making millions of dollars. I don't think that's necessarily his fault.
It's like the thing you talked about a long time ago in one of the episodes, actor bait. Like
Okay.
they're gonna just throw The Rock in there because they know people go see it because The Rock is in there.
Well, at least with that actor bait, he's in the entire movie,
Right,
not just
yeah, it's
30
not just-
seconds
yeah.
and dead. Like,
You know what I want to see? I want to see The Rock slowly get replaced by John Cena, and it's already starting. He's gonna be in the next Fast and
Dude,
Furious movie.
You prefer John Cena over
no,
The
I just
Rock?
think it'd be funny.
man.
John Cena's
like,
not bad, but
They just,
Yeah, I don't hate him. I definitely like The Rock more.
yeah.
it's just all these like older dudes now who used to be famous for wrestling
Wrestling.
or whatever else. They're all trying to be actors now, and
Yep.
Brock Lesnar, what? No,
He should
think-
have. Sorry.
I think he is a little bit overcast. I would not say Jumanji is proof of that. I think that's good. I mean, he's a video game character. The thing is, like the Skyscraper movie, I never saw it,
oh yeah, I
but
didn't
like
either.
he's just a normal guy that looks like The Rock. There's no normal person that looks like The Rock. You
I
can't
work in an office building.
I'm just an architect. I've got big muscles, and now I've got to save
you
my
can't
family.
cast him as a normal person.
Yeah.
Nobody-
He always has to play like a superhero or a
Yeah.
villain or
But-
If he's
Bodyguard,
cast as a
something
superhero, great. If he's cast as like the Hulk, great. If he's cast as a video game character, great. The problem is when they start casting him as somebody we're supposed to believe
An
is
everyday
a normal
Joe,
guy.
yeah.
I mean, like even there are some military guys who are that big. I'll give them that.
Right.
But like, just a random architect.
Just casual person. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about that because, like you said, with Jumanji, him being a video game character, yeah, in video games they're either like super buff or super sexy, like for female characters, whatever. And that's how that usually goes. And then yeah, military movies where again he's like big, intimidating bodyguard or some kind of military background person. It all makes sense. But it's architect. It's like.
Yeah.
Which architect has like 20 hours to devote to working out and be like, yeah, I made these great blueprints for you? Like,
okay, that's not how
was
The Rock
Arnold
sounds. That was Arnold.
I wasn't trying to be
Schwarzenegger.
The Rock. I was just trying to be big, muscly meathead because it's just like, again, that's not the everyday person you're going to talk to.
And it was kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger too. Like in Jingle All the Way, as fun of a movie as that was, like he was just a normal guy.
Don't knock that movie.
I'm just saying
I'm going to fight you.
that was probably that was probably a little bit extreme.
It's
I
like
know.
Terminator. He
I get
shouldn't
you.
have- I'm just kidding.
he definitely didn't belong.
He looked nothing like a super buff giant robot that was here to kill everybody.
Not at all. Not at all. That was misleading.
All right, so we're a little bit split on that topic, but again, all valid points. So I can agree here and there. One fun thing that's I want to talk about though is Castlevania is coming. Castlevania season 3 is coming to Netflix. Do you guys watch that at all, or do you know the video game?
Yeah, that's the
no.
one with the Dracula looking guy, all the like
Count
the vampire,
You're thinking Count Chocula.
no, the Mummy and like the computer animated film. They just made a second one where they're on a cruise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Castlevania Transylvania. That's what you're thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that other like children's movie? Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I'm super excited, especially the way the second season left off. If you haven't seen it yet, it's been out for years, so whatever. Spoiler alert: Dracula got killed. So I'm interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where they transition from the different vampire groups that are like fighting with humans right now to see like how it's all going to play out and like what forms and armies are going to start joining forces to go fight this other army. So it's going to be pretty interesting in my book. But again, you guys don't seem too interested in that. So
I just realized I have to give someone a shout out.
shout out.
Yeah.
Transparent.
I was sent a meme on the Instagram page
Okay.
that applied to us. It was from someone named Haley. So shout out to Haley.
Oh no, is this the one that's like insulting us? It is the yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, it's like oh man, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but
Nobody, literally nobody. Some guy in his 20s. Hey, let's start a
Let's
podcast.
start podcast. Yeah, they're like, this is
Mother-
you guys.
It's true. It is. That's literally how it happened. One day we were all sitting there, and Dylan's like, "We should start a podcast."
I have a passion for
That's
it.
how
Thank
it
you very
happened.
much.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Hey man, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here.
No, I'm not blaming you guys. I'm just blaming people who post
Hey.
those memes.
Did anybody tell you to start a podcast?
No,
I did.
Literally no one. And then you were like, in your 20s.
That's not true.
Let's start a podcast.
At my old job, I would actually talk to people a lot about sports and everything. I was back when I was down in Hemet, and they're like, "You ever thought about talking like radio?" So they talk.
radio's not the same.
That's
Oh
what
my
I'm saying.
gosh! Come on.
Technicality. I'm gonna cling to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Whatever.
belief.
Have you ever thought about discussing sports or something else on some kind of media? How about that?
Is
How
that
are you
what
gonna
they said?
So then you'd be like a newscaster for sports.
media as all sorts of outlets, all right? But it wasn't just some idea I got, like it was kind of there brewing and people talked to me like, "Oh, you should do that. Like it would be fun." So it wasn't just completely out of the blue. I did have a passion for it, but it wasn't just like, literally nobody in there at all. It's just like, okay, there were people talking to me about this.
You know what, Haley? Whatever he says doesn't matter. Your meme holds true.
Yes. I thought it was great.
Haley, you just took a step down in my book.
Why don't you start a podcast about it?
I will. It's going to be the Haley Blast podcast.
The Haley Blast podcast.
Jerks. All right. You know what was kind of sucky, though? Okay, so I saw another article about Netflix saying that Uncut Gems, that Adam Sandler movie that just came out, and I discussed it a couple podcast episodes back, gave it a review. They said it came to Netflix, and I was like super excited. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That's a great Adam Sandler movie. I really liked it, seeing it in theaters. Apparently, they only released it overseas. It's not like if you're in America.
Sucks.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Like, isn't Netflix an America-based company? Like, why did they not get the property rights to, if they're going to send it overseas and like everyone can stream it there? Like, why can't we see it here? Like that didn't make any sense to me. Like, it just seems like a stupid move on their part.
They probably made more money that way.
You should change your account to a Chinese account.
I don't want to watch it in Chinese.
Well, you wouldn't watch it in Chinese. You would listen to it in Chinese.
Just make sure it's not overdubbed.
Look, that's what I mean.
just make sure it's not overdubbed. Like, if there's subtitles at the bottom, who cares? They'll be in Chinese characters, but you'll still be hearing English.
Oh, that's a good point.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I like subtitles.
I mean, yeah, if I'm watching an anime or something, then yeah, I'll go for the subtitles.
Oh, no, like I have subtitles on all the time when I'm watching Netflix.
Okay.
Even The Office?
Topic for
Even The
discussion
Office.
next week.
Yeah.
Subtitles on movies?
Yeah, that's
Subtitles or no
disturbing.
subtitles?
That is... Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Well, okay, speaking of Netflix, though, real quick.
Yes.
Like, I've been kind of branching out of my comfort zone and watching other shows besides, like, the ones I know I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I came across this show the other day.
Right.
More like last week. But it's called Nightfall. And it's about, like, the Templars and, like, the Catholic Church and the kingdoms from back then, and they're fighting to find the Holy Grail.
With a K.
Yeah, Nightfall with a K. Nightfall. And, dude, that show's freaking awesome. It's so cool. Like, I've always loved shows like that about, like, knights and, like, swords, like, fighting. Anything fighting. Like, the show Frontier and then The Last Kingdom.
Frontier.
Frontier's a good one, right?
I keep getting recommendations for The Last
It's
Kingdom.
with
Jason
Aquaman.
Momoa one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But The Last Kingdom's really good, too. That's another gem. Yeah, like when on the list here when it said uncut gems, I thought you meant like uncut really good movies.
Oh. Uncut and uncensored. No. That's funny. But yeah, so all right, that's like I said, some of my coworkers have been talking to me about that too, how like The Last Kingdom's a really good show. So I got to do that. I still got to check out Mandalorian. I did talk to Sarah today. We're at some point during this week, we're going to sign up for that Disney Plus Hulu combo pack. So I should be on top of Mandalorian.
Just going to deal with the ads.
Well, no, not just on Hulu, which she's already dealing with that anyway. Even though I don't want to deal with them, she refuses to pay for the premium service. So anyway,
It's not too bad. It gives you time to make some popcorn.
Yes. And speaking of popcorn, I've got quite the list of movie reviews because, as the listeners well know, we have not recorded episodes for like 4 out of the last 5 weeks, and then the last episode we did record was a random one, so I didn't get a chance to talk about anything. It's kind of sad.
Anything.
It was kind of nice.
I mean, we talked about a lot of random stuff, but yeah. So yeah, I have 4 movie reviews here. I got Birds of Prey. I got Sonic. I got The Impractical Jokers movie, and I got Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island, that's the Pinocchio spinoff, right?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, no, that's Pleasure Island. Never mind.
Whoa, now.
That's what it is.
That sounds like a
in Pinocchio.
50 Shades of Grey sequel.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like
I'm just saying that's the Pinocchio.
That's a weird.
That's where he turns into a donkey.
Okay,
so he turns into
seen
an ass
Pinocchio before,
and
right?
his
You
nose
guys are
grows
really
long.
shocked by this.
I do remember that.
I just don't remember the name.
I know I've listened to the story on Myths and Legends, and that does happen in the story. It just still sounds really weird when you hear it out of context. Just Pleasure Island,
it's like, hey Dylan, you want to go to Pleasure Island with me?
yeah, it's can't help but chuckle a little. Come on now. All right, so start off with the first movie. Birds of Prey. This is the one where
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
This is the one where.
All right, so you got Harley Quinn, who is Margot Robbie, going through her breakup with the Joker, and in the process finding herself in quite the conundrum to try to keep herself alive from one of the other kingpin lords in Gotham City. And honestly, I thought this movie was pretty great. DC's been on a hot streak again. I know I've mentioned that before with Aquaman, Wonder Woman, everything else. I think this one was another hit. So, originality, plot was still pretty good. I like the storyline. action comedy, drama, definitely not family. Okay, that was one thing I would want to make a note of. Some lady brought her like 7-year-old daughter into this movie. I'm just like, why? It's Birds of Prey. This is
Some people are stupid.
It's violent, gory, and cussy. Like, well, I don't know why you're trying cussy with a bunch of. Never mind.
Yeah, I was working my job, and I heard this guy talking to his like 6 or 7-year-old daughters. And he's like, "You want to go see Birds of Prey now?"
Oh my.
What?
It's not a kids movie. Like, I don't
Not at all.
And I don't get what the fascination is like with toddler girls being obsessed with Harley Quinn. Like, and like the whole Harley Quinn Joker relationship. It's not a healthy one.
When
like,
people are like, I want a relationship like Harley Quinn and Joker. I'm like, you want to be mentally unstable?
Yeah,
Like,
you want to get abused and just like, oh my gosh, man, you're stupid if you want that. But anyway, back to the movie itself. Special effects and CGI, really good. Music, approve. The length, yeah, it wasn't too long. You didn't, again, no moments of boredom, at least not in my book. And wow factor, Owen Wilson, wow. Wow. Probably give Birds of Prey an A- overall. So if you haven't seen it already, go check it out. I know it came out like middle February. Yeah, I want to say it came out opening weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, or maybe the weekend before that. So if it's still there, go check it out. Really fun.
How was Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor, man, his character was weird. It was like, again, he was like this, he was the kingpin that was pursuing Harley Quinn. They show that in the trailers. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
man. Obi-Wan turned to the dark side.
He did. Really dark. He was a pretty evil, like, kingpin criminal. Like, ugh. You're definitely one of those guys where you don't want to upset him because he can fly at you at a trigger. Like, just the
how
simplest
did he do,
thing.
though?
He did good.
Ewan McGregor?
Yes.
That's like the whole reason I would want to see this movie.
Where's
He did
that
good.
guy been ever since the last Star Wars movie he was in?
He's
He
been in
is-
Winnie the Pooh. He was in that horror movie that just came out.
He was in Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
I
And then
didn't
he is-
recognize him until right now.
He is also, isn't he doing the Disney Plus? He's going to do the actual Star
He will
Wars.
be, yeah.
He's going to do another Star Wars series,
sweet.
but it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi journeys and stuff.
Cool.
So he'll be in that as well. This is probably where he was gone filming all the time because they're going to be ready to just drop the
I
episodes.
don't believe they filmed it yet.
No?
No.
Well, he was talking to some people. He was doing stuff.
There's
He's
some time before it comes out.
yeah. All right. Next movie, Sonic
The Hedgehog?
the Hedgehog.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go fast. All right. So plot and originality, definitely there. I'll give that one an A. Comedy and what?
Definitely there.
It's there.
It's got a plot.
Yeah. No, it's great because assistant, help me out here. Who is the guy who plays the lead that assists Sonic?
Jesus.
The lead that assists. James Marsden.
James
I was
Marsden.
close. It had a J.
All right. Yeah, so James Marsden, he's pretty great. He makes a lot of dad jokes during the movie.
He's
So-
the British guy with the
and then,
talk show.
oh my gosh, Jim Carrey, he is a great Dr. Robotnik. A lot of funny moments with him, of course, because it's like, what else are you going to get with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I have to say that was like the best decision they could have made.
Yeah.
I think the redesigning Sonic the Hedgehog comes in second to them casting Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah.
So you still would, if they didn't do a redesign, you still would have seen the movie just because of Jim Carrey? Is that what you're
I
saying?
didn't say that. I think they need both for it
I
to
mean,
be a
Dylan,
watchable
you still would
movie.
have watched the movie. You know
I still
you
want to
would've.
watch the movie.
I think they needed both for it to be a watchable movie, but I think that was the bigger thing.
Okay.
I like
In
the
my
original animation. I'm just kidding.
I was like, no, you don't. But yeah,
no one
and speaking
ever
of, that's
said
our next
no.
criteria: special effects and CGI. They really, I mean, again, if like you said,
They
if
stepped it up.
If they didn't step up and redesign Sonic, it could have been a little bit of a bust. But I think it really helped out. The length was, again, I want to say it was an hour 45. So for a kids movie, it was a little long. But again, it wasn't boring at all. Like you left the theater feeling again.
You know
Great.
they didn't make that for the kids. They made it for us.
Yeah, well, yeah, the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so it was a really good movie. Give it the wow approval, Owen Wilson. Wow.
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 He doesn't even sound like Owen Wilson anymore.
Wow.
It's our own thing.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, so really good movie. I'll give that one a solid A. Go check it out with your family, whoever, because again, that one's pretty appropriate. Not like Harley Quinn, where you're going to see violence, gore, whatever else. So, next movie. I'm blazing through these. Impractical Jokers. If you ever watch the TV show, you are going to be a fan of this movie. Okay, they go through, and it's like an hour and a half, almost 2 hour long movie, where it's just nothing but, I think it's 10
Practical jokes.
Yeah, 10 to 11 challenges. Like 10 to 11 challenges / punishments. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything here on the podcast, but I thought it was really funny. They have this kind of weird interlying story that's kind of in between each challenges, and like you'll understand when you're watching the movie. Like it's kind of like their plot point for them to get from point A to point B. That was a little weird because it's like you might not be expecting that at first when you go to see the movie, but overall I think the movie itself was hilarious, still pretty funny to watch. So again, I give this one a stamp of approval, probably give it a B+ rating. So again, if you have the time, if you're a fan of Impractical Jokers, you're gonna love this movie. Go check it out. And last but not least, Fantasy Island. This is a Blumhouse take on the Fantasy Island show, where again your wildest dreams can come true while you're there at this island, but it kind of turns sour when this sort of horror story starts to unfold with all the guests there on the island. This one was okay. I don't think it's too original because again it is kind of doing like a remake or a take on an older movie. But the cast was pretty okay. They did well enough. The drama and I guess the fear factor, because it's not really an action comedy, it's more of a drama horror. It didn't really scare me too much. Not too many big jump scares or anything else like that. But the special effects and CGI were well done enough to where again you did think it was practical. Nothing looked like too out of the ordinary or too ridiculous, which is good because in a movie like this where you're trying to make it a realistic horror, that's what you want to have. And then wow factor. Sadly, doesn't get the Owen Wilson wow. I'd probably give this movie a C+ to B- range, and that's kind of grading it easily or lightly. Generously. There we go. Thank you, assistant. But yeah, so again, if you want to check out Blumhouse Fantasy Island, go for it. If not, you can wait for it on Redbox. It's not going to be that big a deal.
So instead of a wow, it's more of a meh.
Yeah, more of a meh. Okay. All right.
I just wanted to say something about Suicide Squad really quick, just because I was looking at the movie cover like yesterday, and I realized something weird. Like all of the characters, are you familiar with like the cover of the movie?
Kind of.
Like all the characters are together on the right side, and then like out of nowhere, the Joker is kind of on the left side all alone, and he's like sitting there in his suit and barefoot.
What the heck?
I'm like, why the heck did they even include him on this? He clearly was not prepared for this photo shoot.
Left his shoes at home.
Left his shoes at home. Like, he's the weirdest character on that screen. It's the Suicide Squad. That's hard to do, you know? Anyway, I've got something that I want to talk about because my thing is Star Wars. And Star Wars just made a big announcement that could have a big impact on what we see in the future. They just announced a new...
The Rock is a Jedi.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Dude, okay, now you're here for that?
I'm kidding.
Okay, so they just introduced a new interconnected storyline that's going to be picked up by the novels and the comics.
Ooh.
And it's going to be the High Republic. So it's going to be about the Jedi in their prime, 200 years before the Phantom Menace. There's going to be all kinds of stories coming out from all kinds of different authors, all interconnecting in this era.
Nice.
That's cool.
It should be pretty awesome. I'm not going to read any of them. I'm just being real. I'm not a reader. I don't read
like
comics.
I'll watch
I
the
don't read
movies or
books.
the cartoon shows.
Well, here's the thing. There's no movies planned for this set yet. It's just the written stuff. However, if it's successful enough, it's reasonable to assume that it could lead to movies.
Yeah.
So this is hopefully the first step towards getting what everybody's looking for,
Great
which
Jedis.
is the Jedi in their prime. Like, I don't know why it's taking so long for
back
this
when
to
they had
happen.
Optimus.
Wow.
Optimus Prime? No.
Should I edit that out? No.
No. You gotta leave it in. We're gonna
But
make you
anyway,
laugh.
Anyway, I think it should be pretty good. I've seen the concept art for it. It looks great. They've got like a Chewbacca looking, a Wookiee Jedi
Ooh.
A
on the cover, yeah. And they look cool. All kinds of interesting looking lightsabers. Supposed to be like space Vikings that are the enemies, and
Dude.
yeah, it should be
This is getting
sounds-
out of hand.
not literal Vikings. They're Viking-like characters. They're just like space pirates.
Like they're gonna interconnect Star Wars and Thor, so he's just a space Viking.
They just go around like terrorizing people. That's the main group of enemies. And of course, there's going to throw in some Sith Lords, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
So it should be pretty epic. And like I said, everybody is waiting for this. I don't know anybody who hears the High Republic and they're like, oh, that's a bad idea.
Right.
Everybody's been wanting this. You get to see Yoda at 700 years old instead of 900 years old. 600 to 700 years old. That sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Be a little more
So
agile.
he'd be in like his 40s.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he'd be kind of middle aged. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because
more
again,
than
I've
halfway
That was a
through his
total
life.
shot in the dark. I'm glad you guys.
I know.
agreed.
I'm just like, because I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, okay, so if he was 900 in what Phantom Menace, you said
When he dies,
when he dies,
he
was
says,
900.
"When 900 years old you are, look as good you will not."
Okay.
So he's somewhere around 900.
Yeah, so, and in
Well, that's what I'm
that,
saying. If it was 900 years old and he only jumped back 200 years, so
Well,
would
no.
Well, like, and then like is almost.
wouldn't
You're
4,500 be
looking
middle
like
age?
60-ish years, maybe, if you go back from episode 6 to episode 1.
Mm.
That's maybe 60-ish years. If you go back another 200-ish years, I mean, we're assuming the math isn't completely accurate. So he's
Yeah.
like 650 to 700.
Right. Okay.
So he's like 50s, 60s.
because like I would
somewhere
say
in there.
like in the blah blah blah, the original ones, he's
In the
probably
blah,
in
blah,
like his 80s. Like in human age wise, he looks like he's in his 80s
Yeah.
when he dies.
Okay.
So I feel like it's safe to assume he's like mid 40s in this High Republic.
I would say 50-ish,
scenario.
yeah, 50 or 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, still doable. If he's 50 or 60, he'll watch them probably make some comment about, like, him jumping around, like, in a few years, a cane I might need. Like, just to give some kind of hint at it. But, oh, man. I think that'd be cool, too, because, again, a youthful Yoda would be fun to see.
Yoda.
I've been pushing so long. I want to see stories about the Grey Jedis because I can't talk about them enough. They're freaking awesome. They're basically, like, the secret hand of the Jedi Order, and they can use all kinds of force powers. Like, they aren't limited to just, like, these aren't the droids you're looking for, or just stuff that only the Jedi can do. They can have Sith powers, but they're still good. Like, so they're pretty awesome. I think they're one of my favorite out of the core, or well, kind of side piece cores, but like still in the Star Wars universe.
Wait, so they are good? I thought they were more just like in the middle, kind of like anti-hero.
Well,
A little bit,
anti-hero is
yeah.
still good
Okay.
though. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
not great.
they're not Jedi Master Yoda, but they're still awesome in their own regard. Like,
Yeah, no, okay.
Because again,
I was just trying to get a clear because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, so again, I definitely look forward to it. So like you said, Luke, hopefully those stories take off to where we can start enjoying more than just the Luke Skywalker sagas and all
I'm
that.
tired of that crap. It needs to end.
It is over.
All that-
I know.
No more
Good.
Skywalker movies.
All that identity
Lord.
theft.
Yeah, all that identity theft.
All right.
Luke's shaking his head. He doesn't agree still.
That's all right, Luke. We can ease your pain because now we're going to start transitioning from our entertainment portion to sports. All right, like I mentioned at the top of the podcast, I hate Houston. Like, if you have not already heard, it's like the biggest news going around right now for Major League Baseball. The Houston Astros were caught cheating in the 2017 World Series using video cameras to steal signals from the catcher and essentially cheated their way to a championship. Luke, I know, like, you, John, too. I'm like trying to ignore you on this, but like, I know I'm not even that much of a, like, say, super passionate baseball fan because it's, again, if it's on TV and I have the chance of watching either that or something else, I'll probably choose something else because I don't want to sit there for 3 hours watching, pitch, strike, whatever else. But like, just in the sense of me being a fan of baseball in general, I hate the Houston Astros right now, and I can't even say that enough. I really do hate them because, like, I've seen all these different press conferences where they're discussing it with, like, either the people who represent the organization or whatever else, and they seem so nonchalant about it. Like, they could care less that the fact that they got caught. They're like, well, we still got our title, and, like, one guy even went so far as to say, cookies.
Dude, no, I thought I smelled something good.
Okay, so
Oh,
we've
yes.
just been blessed by one of the avid listeners of the podcast, Mr. Dwight Byther. He's getting
Mr. Dad.
Mr. Dad. He's
Thank
getting a
you,
shout
Dad.
out.
Oh,
He just baked us some fresh chocolate chip cookies.
Like fresh out of the oven. This is good stuff. We're
Oh
going
my
to take
goodness.
a break right here, and we will get back to you guys in just a second. And we're back.
Okay, so that was really random in the sports section, but again, like I said, we were just blessed by chocolate chip cookies by Dwight and
was
my father-in-law.
fantastic.
They were delicious. Oh my gosh, shout out Dwight again. Just too good. All right. Well, back to my hate of Houston. So, again, I hate seeing those press conference videos where it's just like these people just do not care the fact that they were cheating. One, I can't remember who it was or what the guy's name is, but he's literally there on the record during the press conference saying, like, oh, I don't feel that our cheating affected the outcome of the game at all. And just like, and then even
okay.
even the reporters flat out asked him, like, you don't feel that helped at all in any way? He's like, no, I don't think it did. Dude, you know what's freaking coming down the pipe every dang pitch. How does that not affect it? Like, oh my gosh, I wanted to punch that guy in the face. Like, I'm livid, dude. And like I said, I'm not even that passionate of a baseball player, but holy crap, this is just infuriating me to see this organization not give a darn, I don't want to use stronger words, but I'm trying to keep it PG, but they don't give a crap about the fact that Major League Baseball just got compromised in a huge way. Like, the integrity of the sport is just now gone. And you know what I am?
I wouldn't go there.
Okay, well,
I'm not going to give the Astros that kind of
whatever. It's
satisfaction.
maybe not the whole thing, but just again the fact that they're tarnishing it in a big way. Like at least meet me halfway on that one. But what I'm happy to see is during the spring training stuff, they keep getting hit by pitchers.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
I'm like, I hope that continues through the regular season because Houston, I hate you.
Like whether it was on purpose or on accident, it was like funny that
it's on purpose.
It's got to be on purpose.
It's been a week.
Seven pitches are at least.
Yeah, it's been a week, and they've been hit by 7.
The whole MLB hates you. Like,
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I'm not upset that he's like saying, "Oh no, it didn't affect the game." Like, that's fine. You can be an idiot if you want. What I'm worried about is like what's going to be done about it. Like in the end,
Not much.
It doesn't seem
and
like
that's
anything.
what's frustrating to me. It's the entire like MLB franchise, I guess, or as a whole
Organization, yeah.
Organization, yeah. Like they're the ones you should be pissed at, not the Astros, because they're refusing to do nothing about it.
Right.
I think this could be the end, or at least the beginning of the end of Commissioner Manfred's career.
Right. For
People are not happy.
For
Players, fans,
for being so lax about it.
yeah, for not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
People cheat all the time.
I would say more than anything, the Astros have tarnished themselves.
Yeah.
Baseball remains okay.
Yeah,
but the Astros have tarnished themselves for sure. You can't take anything they've done seriously.
Yeah, the only people who are like okay with everything going on are Houston Astro fans.
And even many of them are not happy about it either. I remember I saw a post from one Astros fan. It had a picture of Jared Weaver. And it said, Who thinks Jared Weaver would be hitting some Astros players if he were still pitching?
Man.
And Jared Weaver responded, he's like, "Oh, you know I would."
I love Jared Weaver.
Jared Weaver was known for his temper.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt. I mean, he was only throwing like 85 by the time he retired, but
Yeah.
he would have still been pinning him in the back.
Yeah, and it's such a crazy, like, not conundrum, but it's just, I don't want to say conspiracy either. There was a word I was going to use, but anyway, it's just such a big issue that, like, you know, again, like you said, Mike Trout, other Major League Baseball pitchers, like, all these players themselves have, spoken out against it, and even, like, LeBron James is like, look, I know I don't play baseball, but if something happened like this in the NBA and, like, I was cheated out of a title, I'd be pissed. Like, you know, Commissioner, you need to do something about this. Like, ugh.
They need Commissioner Gordon in there.
Here's
Batman.
here's the big thing, and if you guys don't have anything else to say, I'll move on.
Yeah,
Because
again, I just needed to get that off my chest.
The thing is, these cheaters are going almost unpunished, and there's been a big contrast now. This has brought up an old debate. This has revived it in a new way,
okay.
and that is Pete Rose. Should he be in the Hall of Fame? You've got these players that have cheated in possibly a way that is definitely a way that is much worse than anything Pete Rose ever did. And they will have nothing held against him. Jose Altuve, I'm sure, will make it into the Hall of Fame. Oh my goodness, there's cookie dough now.
Nice.
It's a good day, guys.
It is.
Anyway, so the question is, why not Pete Rose? Do you guys know the story behind Pete Rose?
Okay, I know I've heard other commentators when they're discussing this issue of like the cheating scandal. Is he the guy who placed a bet on his team during the World Series?
Yeah,
Is that...
Pete Rose was a gambler, and it was found out that he was gambling on the Reds. He was placing bets on the Reds as a manager. As a manager, not as a player.
Right.
As a manager, he was placing bets on the Reds. Now, here's the thing. It was never found that he did anything against his team. He never placed any bets against his team.
Right.
Only for his team. And because of that, they have placed a lifelong ban on him. He will never be in the Hall of Fame.
I think that's messed up.
It is messed up. And I'll tell you how messed up it is. Because these Astro players are going to make it in there with no problem because apparently their cheating isn't so bad. But
Yeah, but betting is.
But Pete Rose, as a manager, not even as a player, bet on his own team, caused him to do even better for them, I'm guessing. If you put
Right.
money on your own team, you're going to coach better.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Let me go into some things, some reasons why Pete Rose, especially after this, should be in the Hall of Fame. Because it's getting outrageous, and most of the baseball community is getting in on this now.
Right.
So Pete Rose, his biggest achievement is he is the MLB hit king. He had 4,256 hits in his career.
Jeez.
Yeah. The next on that list is Ty Cobb, one of the best baseball players who ever lived.
Right.
He's at 4,189. The next guy is Hank Aaron at 3,771.
Sheesh.
Like,
Wow.
Ty Cobb played in a day where baseball was different. I mean, this is when guys were pushing 400
Right.
batting averages in a season. It was a different game back then. And even he couldn't out-hit Pete Rose. That's crazy, okay? Pete Rose also has the most career games with 3,562. That means he's a healthy guy.
Right.
And
Longevity.
Here's the crazy thing about it. He was nicknamed Charlie Hustle. Why don't you hold the cookie dough, Dylan? I'm getting tired of holding it.
I thought you were gonna get some.
I'm
Oh,
talking.
he's
I
gotta
got
talk
my
right now.
monologue. Yeah, there's still cookie dough in here, guys. It's very distracting. Anyway, he's nicknamed Charlie Hustle. And that's because he kind of brought back the head first slide, the dive.
Okay.
He was the one that made that a big thing again. He would run out plays, and he's playing his heart out and still manages to stay healthy in a way that nobody else ever has, really, except for maybe the Iron Man. What's his name? Anyway, the guy with
Tony Stark.
the
was about to say.
longest streak.
Gotcha.
Anyway, he was a healthy guy. He has the most career at-bats as a result of that with 14,053.
Jeez.
Most seasons of 200-plus hits at 10. And he's the only player in MLB history, this is interesting, to have played 500 games at 5 different positions. We've talked about his offense. Now he's playing 5 different defensive positions. He played first base, second base, third base, left field, right field. He could play anywhere you wanted him.
Jack of all trades, man.
Yeah, he could do anything you want him to do. All these things combined made him a 17-time All-Star.
17?
17, a 3-time World Series champ. He was the MVP in 1973, the NL Rookie of the Year in 1963. He was a 3-time NL batting champ, which means the highest average for the season, a 2-time Gold Glover, and he made, get this, the very MLB that bans him from the Hall of Fame elected him to the MLB All-Century team. Naming him one of the greatest players of the century.
Freaking, oh my gosh.
But somehow, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Whoever you guys are talking about the new commissioner losing his job, whoever the new commissioner is, first act of business, Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame.
We gotta get him in
like,
there.
good gravy, like, just for betting, and like you said, it wasn't like he bet his team to tank and then, like, through the game,
Yeah.
It was just like, he just bet on his team.
He bet on his team.
Like, I don't see a problem
By the
with
way, he is not the only gambler to be.
Oh my-
There are other gamblers in the Hall of Fame. There's this guy, he was the manager, I believe, for the New York Giants back when they were still in New York.
Right.
He bet, apparently he ended up winning $400 after his team won the World Series in 1905. And he's no problem with that,
Nobody
but for some
cares.
reason, the MLB hit king is the exception.
Yeah, and like, okay, Luke, I remember back in our episode 1, was it Barry Bonds? We were
Barry
discussing?
Bonds is the other one that needs to make it.
Yeah, okay, so we were talking about him because, like, why he won't get in the Hall of Fame or why people don't want to put him in, it's because of the steroid use. And it's just like, well, think about right now, all the pitchers are complaining, saying, like, I'd rather face a guy who's on steroids than a guy who knows the pitch coming down the pipe. Like,
Yeah.
put him in the Hall of Fame, too! These are 2 great guys, 2 great athletes that need to be in there! Like,
Yeah.
This is ridiculous!
And believe it or not, Barry Bonds, I've made a big deal about. Pete Rose is much more universally liked than Barry Bonds is. I mean, like, to put him in that wouldn't upset nobody.
Right.
It's really just the guys who are in charge right now who are against it.
I still believe the players should be allowed to use steroids. That'd be a very cool game to watch.
I think I've talked about this.
We
It's-
argued about this.
It's an intriguing idea. The only thing I don't like is that they'll never allow that in school.
Right. No. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember your argument was that like kids coming up from high school or even college into the major leagues, like they're going to be at a great disadvantage. They'll have to start shooting up like right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand that, but I still think it should be allowed because it's like how many of them are doing steroids right now that hasn't come to light yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be fewer now. It was a big thing in the early 2000s.
Right.
That's when it was getting ridiculous. Now it might not be as big of a thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's still one of the biggest, not like issues per se, one of the stupidest things, aside from steroids, the other drug use that people will want to like ban so much is what is it? Marijuana. Like, it's a recreational drug. Like, it does nothing to enhance your performance. If anything, if you smoke before a game, it's gonna screw you up.
hinder you.
Yeah, it's gonna. So I don't get what the big deal is with, like, and even that's in the NFL as well too. So it's like I don't understand what the big hate is for marijuana use in general. But and not that I smoke, just to be clear,
Because
listeners.
it's a gentleman's game.
It's like, well, I mean, they chew tobacco and everything else, and that actually causes cancer. Like, but anyway, so I just on the topic of steroids and whatever else. Yeah, baseball. Re-examine some stuff. Like, that's all we're saying right now. Like, it needs to happen. All right. Moving on from that, we're going to discuss free agency in the NFL. You know what's kind of funny is I know I had some listeners talk about, well, what are you guys going to discuss once the football season's over? Oh, trust me. When it's over, it's not over. There's tons to talk about. And right now, I do just want to focus on 3 quarterbacks right now who are in the free agency market because Dak Prescott has just, after this last season, he expired with his contract with the Cowboys on his rookie contract. Phillip Rivers was let go by the Chargers, and Brady, all indications point that he's not returning to New England. Like, he doesn't want to go back there because he still doesn't want to work with Bill Belichick for whatever reason. And so it's like...
Because they fired his trainer.
Yeah, there's that too. So it's like, I mean, I guess there's multiple than just whatever reason. But, yeah, so I kind of want to discuss the prospects of where these guys might land because I don't think that... Nope. Oh, okay. I thought Luke was trying to give me the cookie dough bowl again.
I thought you wanted some.
No, I got my spoon here.
Okay.
All right. So, here we are.
Here we are.
No. Bing, bing, bing. All right.
Finish it.
Sorry. But, yeah, so with Rivers, I'm seeing indications that either the Colts or possibly even the Raiders might want to sign him. And if I'm hoping that the Raiders do sign him because that's 2 easy wins. If they sign him because he's going to be giving us turnovers left and right. Like,
I don't know, man. At a certain point, you have to say, I'm grateful for all you did for us. I hope the best for you.
You got us into the playoffs. You couldn't get us past the divisional round. I'm over it. Like, I'm sorry. Like honestly, as I'm looking at it, Rivers has great numbers. He has great stats. Never won a Super Bowl. And granted, there are people in the Hall of Fame for football that have less stats as far as quarterbacks go than he does. But I still don't even know if he's really a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, it'll be a tough vote. I don't think it'll be unanimous by any means, but it's just like I don't know, in the crucial moments where he's needed to prove himself, he's come up short time and time again. Like, his loss records in the playoffs is just ridiculous. So, whatever. I like Rivers again. He was somewhat good. He like when he was on, but man, it seemed like these last few years he had a lot of off. So I don't really know too much what's going to happen with him. But either way, those are the 2 prospects that are looking most promising for him because the Colts do have a somewhat young team, and Rivers isn't necessarily old. He's not Brady old yet, so he does have a couple more years to go before he's probably going to retire. So he could be beneficial to them to train up even Jacoby Brissett, who was okay at first at the start of the season for the Colts, but towards the end just kind of didn't pull through for them. With Dak Prescott, like I said, they still haven't come up with a contract because him and his agent are trying to negotiate for more money. And I don't think Jerry Jones wants to pay because he's got a lot of other things that he's got to deal with as far as cap.
Actually,
What's that?
I was reading an article this morning that it's looking like they just might put an exclusive tag on him.
A franchise tag?
Yeah.
Sorry, cookie dough in the mouth.
French fries tag?
French fry tag.
Franchise tag.
Oh, they're gonna put the potato up his butt with the French fry tag.
But it looks like they're getting closer to making a deal with him.
Yeah, hopefully, because again, it's one of those things where, and it's happened. You see it all around the league when the Panthers try to put a franchise tag on Josh Norman. He didn't like that at all, and so they did end up releasing him, and he went with the Redskins. They tried to franchise tag Kirk Cousins after his rookie contract expired. It pissed him off. He left Washington. So it's just like franchise tag is like, we like you, we want to keep you, we're not paying you the money we think you're worth. And so it's just kind of like this, let me drive a wedge in between our relationship.
I think it's
even
a little more like we're not willing to commit to a huge long-term big deal yet.
Yeah, it's just unbeneficial to the players themselves because it's like they're losing out on money. It's like, and again, they do have, they're the ones putting their body out there to play the game. Like, they're the ones taking the hits and everything else. The owner just gets to sit there and be like, well, I hope we win a Super Bowl this year. But yeah, it's like, that's what's got Dak Prescott. Like, if they do put a franchise tag on him, I don't think it'd be a good thing at all. Like, I mean, for any player, like I said, not just him.
I don't know if I'd be willing to commit to a huge deal with him yet.
Well, and again, that's the debate is like, is he an above average quarterback? Is he a great one? Is he below average? Like, because there's lots of aspects to his game. Like, he puts up, these record breaking numbers last year, specifically for his career. but at the same time they went 8-8. So
he
it's like
also
what
loses a lot of games.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you deal with that? He won two division titles like in his first 2 years, but then like the last two he's missed. Like it's all kinds of back and forth. How do you want to weigh these options? But yeah, so it's just crazy. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But with Brady, with him, he's got I think 4 potential landing spots. I know the Colts have reached out to him. The Raiders have already talked about offering him $60 million for 2 years. The Chargers have reached out to him as well at the Combine, and I think Tennessee is actually another landing spot for him because again they're not completely sold on Tannehill. I almost said Tennessee Tannehill, but yeah, so they're not sold on Tannehill yet, and so bringing him in with freaking Derrick Henry, a solid O-line and all this stuff, like that just seems like a match made in heaven for Brady. And like people are talking about how it actually is an up and coming city, so it could still bring a lot of publicity and attention, even though it seems small at first. It could be a big market for him as a quarterback. But yeah, so all things to keep your eye on, and I think March 18th is the deadline to where like if you're a free agent, you have to have a contract by then. So we should know within the next few weeks where Brady's going, where Rivers at, and same thing with Dak Prescott, whether or not he's got a contract.
Can you imagine if he comes here?
Dude, okay, here's the other thing too. I didn't realize that Derrick Henry himself is a free agent currently. So I was like, I think I don't know if it was a dream the other night or if I just had this crazy thought of like, could you imagine if the Chargers got rid of Melvin Gordon because he's a free agent as well, and then got Derrick Henry and Tom Brady?
I don't know if I'm set on that yet.
What?
Derrick Henry over Melvin Gordon?
Well, I mean, we already have a speedy running back with gosh, what was the smaller guy that we started out with? That
Eckler.
Was Eckler. Yeah, he did fine for us, and then when they started trying to get Melvin Gordon into the works after he missed 5-6 weeks, it's just
Actually, he did well toward the end of the season.
Eckler or Gordon.
Gordon.
I mean, he did okay, but it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a crazy issue. I know we're not getting rid of Hunter Henry, like that's for sure. Like he's not leaving the Chargers. But either way, it's just like if Brady does come, like we've got to build that O-line because he at 43 years old, I get that he wants to be like pliable, flexible, whatever else, but he needs to not get hit so much because he's still going to be old. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, I was going to talk about the Combine, but again, the one stat that I had, I don't think I was actually an older report, so it's nothing worth covering.
It's still good, though.
Yeah.
It's flashback time. For years and years, it was Chris Johnson who held the record for the fastest 40 time. He did 4.26?
Yes.
Yeah. And that was quick. That went I think over 10 years without anybody breaking
Yeah,
that.
a long time.
And then John Ross came along and broke it with 4.22.
Yeah, 40 yards in
Yeah.
4 seconds. Like, that's insane.
So that was fascinating. So the question is, are we going to see that this year?
I don't know.
Anybody going to break that record? It might be another record that stands for a decade,
Yeah, because I don't even think anyone did break it because I know the Combine's been going on this whole week pretty much. Like they're in Indianapolis right now. They're looking at prospects, everything else. I saw one awful highlight. This tight end, they're running the catching drills, and so what happens is you start out on the sideline, you catch one pass, do a 180, catch another pass, and then you start running onto the field. And oh my gosh, he got beamed right in the face with the football, dude.
Looked the wrong direction at the wrong time.
He just looks back and slap, and he even hesitates for a second, and then realizes I'm still at the Combine. I got to push through, and he just starts running to the next catch. I'm just like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry for you because that's like again when if you're doing a screenplay as a running back or you're trying to do a catching drill as a tight end, anything like that's gonna tarnish your chances of getting drafted. Every little thing matters because they're like, well, his hand-eye coordination wasn't there. Oh, he almost slipped after he caught the catch. Like, they're analyzing every move you make and every step you take. They'll be watching you. So it's insane. But, good luck to all those getting involved in the draft. Hopefully you go to a good team. Sorry, Joe Burrow. You're going to the Bengals, but we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll hold out like Eli did and get traded. But yeah, other than that, moving on, we're going to move on to the NBA now. Talking about some basketball. LeBron James, the king.
Belong, James.
LeJean Brames.
John Bryan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm super excited right now. The Lakers are still on a tear on the West Side Conference of the NBA League, and they have the best record right now over the Nuggets and the Clippers and everyone else. However, Milwaukee and the Clippers are my two biggest concerns because I know we've beat the Denver Nuggets I think 3 or how many times we played them this season, but both the Clippers and the Bucks, I believe every time we've played them, they've won. And those are the two teams where either because the Bucks are going to be coming through the Eastern Conference Finals, so we won't have to meet them in the playoff bracket, not until the actual finals themselves. But the Clippers, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's like the Lakers, when we play them, we tend to just like not care. And I think we do, like, I don't know how everyone else is viewing it, but it's just like they want to take all these other teams down. And like, there's a lot of teams that are injured this season too, like Golden State, like both Steph Curry and, oh shoot, who's the other Splash brother? But like two of their key guys are already.
Did you see him shooting 3-pointers
from freaking half court? Yeah, I'm glad his
made
rehab.
like 4 in a row.
Yeah, I'm glad Steph Curry's rehab is going better. Like that dude's a beast when he's on the basketball court. You know, he's a short dude, but man, he just sinks those things from deep like they're nothing. It's like every time he puts the ball up, turns around, like I know what's going in. Like, come on. But yeah, so again, still wish him the best for his rehab, continued rehab. Oh, Klay Thompson, that's the other guy. He's the other Splash brother. But yeah, so it's like a lot of the teams in the West, like they've been injury prone, whatever else, and the Rockets are starting to look pretty good too with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Like they're starting to click a lot. Like they traded away one of their bigger guys to go small ball, where it's just like, you know, I think most of their team is either 6'5" or a little shorter. And so, you know, in an NBA league, you want guys that are like close to 6'9", so that way they can, you know, block the rim and everything else. But yeah, they're actually doing pretty well with their system set up. So it's like they're no team to overlook either. But I'm just hoping, like, because I'm seeing some flashes of greatness with the Lakers. But again, we keep getting these wins against really banged up, beaten up teams. And I'm like, if we can't get past the Clippers, it doesn't matter. Like, if we can't get past the top teams, none of it's going to matter. Like, we'll have a great record, but then we're just going to go out in a first-round exit. So it's just like, please continue to, like, strengthen up, get that continuity better with the team, and that, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the, when you're just, like, the synchronicity. Is that a word? Yeah? No? Maybe? I don't know. Synchronisms.
Synchronicity.
Yeah, synergy. Just again for them to just be so united and like just where it's like chemistry. Why was I not thinking of that? That's because I didn't take chemistry in high school.
Chemistry.
Horse devours.
Horse devours.
But yeah, so again, if they can, yeah.
Come on, Luke.
Took him a
I was
second.
like, horse devours what?
But yeah, so
Horse
they can just
devours
keep the chemistry going. Because oh man, I watched some highlight reels for Caruso the other night. Him and LeBron James were on a tear when they were playing the Pelicans, dude. It was so awesome. Like Caruso, he's this little white guy. He's got this headband on, but man, he got up on a Lonzo Ball and just freaking blocks his shot. Just like,
yeah.
Oh, it was so amazing. And he's dunking over people. I'm like, oh my gosh, white men can jump. Oh man, but yeah, so I'm hoping the Lakers will, you know, really be able to pull it out, especially, you know, again, in light of everything that happened with Kobe and his family. And it would be awesome for us to bring home the championship. It'd be a great way to honor him. But yeah, so Lakers, keep it up. Do it for Kobe. And I think for all of us here at the Somethings Podcast, that's it. That's a wrap, man.
That's a wrap.
That's it. All right. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be looking forward to any kind of comments or concerns you guys may have. You know, talk to us, love on us.
Comment about the handcuffs.
Yes. We will put up a survey about the handcuffs. Do not forget about that. So check Twitter for John, check Instagram for Luke, and check me for Facebook. But we will have surveys. Let us know what you think. All right.
Good day.
Talk to you guys next week.
Later, dudes.
Bye.